and they already have one on their roster. Kind of tough. The Golden State Warriors criteria for any Jonathan Kuminga sign and trade package: at least one first-round pick, a good young player, no bad contracts in return. You know what's so crazy? It's so hard to like even dare. All right, I think we live now. It's so hard to even dare try to get that type of shit off. Oh yeah, we're live. Shout out to my people on YouTube. Shout out to the people on YouTube. Let me get the YouTube chat up.
Bro, like, I don't understand. We do this all the time. Like, we don't play people.
Yeah.
This dude is DNPs in the play-in and playoffs, and now all of a sudden they think he's worth this?
Yeah. I just don't understand. I don't understand the logic, and I think really what's happening is that they know that this is like the last little bit of like a quality asset from the bigger mistake that they made a few years ago, because Wiseman obviously is gone, Poole is gone, like Kuminga is the last tradable, movable asset, and you fucked around and basically got nothing for the other two. But the problem is that you're not even treating him like an asset. Like you went into the playoffs last year and regular season, and like you were giving this nigga DMP throughout the regular season and was forced to play him because Curry got hurt. Like, bro, like I don't know. It's so odd. To my people over on YouTube, even though I am a little late on the YouTube side of things, truth of the matter is, we've been started. Y'all haven't really missed anything except for us laughing at a variant of Real Talk, and then also just talking about the Kuminga situation. But I'm gonna make a video about that. But we still got a lot of things to talk about today. We are gonna discuss the Jeff Teague stuff because I just wanna like get a gist of like what happened there, because the Jeff Teague LeBron combos to me is just so odd. It's like genuinely so odd. Also, like some of y'all responses, not y'all, but you know what I'm talking about. The fans' responses to what was going on is also very, very excessive to say the least. Because niggas talking about how people was trying to pull up on him in real life, and I was like, oh wow, okay, so niggas.
Oh my god.
Whenever Shaq
Damn,
sat out,
only played 24
he was
games?
clearly the best scorer in the league. He's given me all-time great scoring, and he's still an elite defender. But somehow I'm supposed to just, Steph hit threes at a 45% clip, so he's just better. That's not how I judge basketball. I'll never judge basketball like that, like you bitch niggas.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
It's a lot of you bitch niggas that get on here and talk a relative true shooting. I don't give a fuck. Whenever Shaq sat out, he was clearly the best scorer in the league.
Whenever he gets done with his Curry point, KB just appears.
He's given me all-time great scoring, and he's still an elite defender. But somehow I'm supposed to just, Steph hit threes at a 45% clip, so he's just better. That's not how I judge basketball.
That's not how I judge basketball. There was another video of Real Talk crashing out on Eli, but it got deleted. Why did it get deleted? Shout out to my man Heavily Sins on YouTube. My Celtics got screwed by that second apron. Low, do you think we should use Anthony Simons in some picks or player to try to get Sabonis? Oh, man. Sabonis is the name you came out with. I said this in the last video. It's not as much as we saw the Real Talk variants. It's not I saw the one be tweeted as well. It's not as if like let me get the playback link. It's not as much as the second tax apron, rather than it is like it's more to do with like just the amount of money you would have to pay, bro. And I said this in the last low post video, so if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. I just started live. We literally have not reacted to anything. Yeah, it's the repeat offender tax. Like that shit is just ridiculous. It's so crazy that the amount of money you would be spending in the 10th tax bracket in the old model is the same multiplier that you would be the multiplying rate that you would see in the new model for the 5th bracket. You could spend borderline half of the amount of money and pay the same amount of tax. Like be at the same tax rate. That's how fucking crazy it is. And that video was like really difficult for me to edit, so sorry if it didn't come across that way, but like that's how. Oh
yeah, I seen the comments on your what's it called, your
The
WNBA
neon
video.
thing. Oh, this one?
No, the WNBA one.
Yeah, the WNBA. Yeah,
the lowlights.
Yeah, people just don't. Yeah.
People are pissed off about your whole 9 to 5 spiel.
Yeah, and completely decided to just miss the point. But yeah. So just so y'all know, like this is the difference in the repeat offender thing, and it's like it's such a drastic difference that I don't know why anybody would ever, unless you're just an owner and you're like trying to like get it out on never having to spend like real money, or maybe you just got annoyed of what the
Oh goodness, what?
Yes, it's this much of a difference, bro. Unless you're just like a owner who got upset at like other people coming in, bro. The difference in the multiplier, if you're a repeat offender in the old model, your tax rate was a multiplier of 7.25. In the new one, that's the 5th bracket, bro. That's the 5th bracket. It's the 5th one. Back in the day, the repeat offender would just be a +1 to the tax rate. So 1.5.
Why is the jump from bracket 2 to bracket 3 so crazy?
Yo, it's fucking. And what's crazy is this is a difference. This is like 0 to 5 million. This is like 5 to 10 million. This is like as soon as you get to like $10+ million, you just see a massive jump. It's ridiculous. Can I break this down like a YN? So, niggas pockets weren't the same tight shit like these new niggas coming in. These new niggas coming in fat, heavy pockets, shit on swole, big daddy paper, that sidey paper type shit, oil money in that motherfucker, that tech shit. You know what I'm saying? That Hidden Valley. I ain't talking about the ranch type shit. You know what I'm saying? So that nigga Bomber came in. He start bombing all the motherfucking. He just start spinning dumb paper. Niggas in Warriors start spinning dumb paper. Right? That's what motherfuckers start doing. Right? So then I think that you had hating that nigga like CJ McCollum, that little nigga, because he the one who run this shit as a player shit. He like, bro, I'm tired of that shit, man. I'm tired of losing. That shit unfair. You niggas shouldn't be able to run off that shit like that. And then you got other broke ass motherfuckers coming in talking about, oh yeah, y'all shouldn't be able to do that shit either. So we gonna start really taxing y'all motherfuckers. We gonna really start greasing their motherfucking pockets. Because for those who don't know, on some real shit, all joking aside, if you don't pay the tax as an owner, all the money that gets funded through tax is given to the non-tax paying owners.
Mm.
That's what they do with the money. So they were like, fuck it, we'll just tax these niggas. And Denver is right. I don't know why from the 2nd bracket to the 3rd bracket. It'd be one thing. If this was the type of jump we saw from the 5th to 6th bracket, I can understand. Nigga, from the 2nd to 3rd bracket, bro. 2nd to 3rd bracket is fucking ridiculous, bro. It should never be that much of a jump from 2nd to 3rd. That's a ridiculous jump, bro. You go from a 1.25 multiplier to a 3.50, like that's fucking ridiculous, bro. That is ridiculous. So yeah, that's effectively what's going on. CJ McCollum actually did. Let me hear what he had to say because I didn't see this.
Be punished for drafting well. Like if you shouldn't be punished for drafting well.
Fuck
like
you.
If you draft well, we've seen some teams be really fortunate in the draft. And now you get to that position Oklahoma City's going through right now where you got to pay a lot of players who are really good and you draft them. You shouldn't be punished for drafting well. You should be able to pay and keep and retain the players that you've drafted. And when you have those windows to where you really have a chance to compete and win a championship, you shouldn't have such severe restrictions. But those are things that, you know, the league and the players union will have to figure out, and there will continue to be a discussion and a dialogue.
This nigga is acting like he wasn't the president when this happened. What is this nigga talking about? You were there, bro. No way. You were in charge. Why are you acting like when I get into this, this is what I'm going to change? You were there when it happened. These are new rules and stipulations that have never, ever existed until you came along. You were literally the man in charge.
Oh my
and so,
goodness, bro. Does he know?
And so then that's what I was saying when I was trying to explain to people, like, this right here was like why it kills like dynasties. Like the nigga that was in charge knows that it punishes teams that drafted well. And maybe, I don't know if he believes that maybe he tried to push for some type of contingency or some type of like rules and exceptions that will allow you to go to sign certain players as you drafted. You wouldn't have to deal with certain rules from the aprons. Maybe he thought that's what it was going to be. I don't know. I just know, like, you were there when it happened. So I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Heavily Sins with a $5 donor on YouTube. Shout out to you, brother. That dynasty shit is dead. It is dead. And then Darko on playback with the $5 himself. He said, do you think this year being a year where neither team in the finals were in the luxury tax will become the new norm, or will it be an anomaly? It'll be an anomaly. It's always been an anomaly. The only way that you can, and I said this in the videos again, but I can repeat it. The only way that you could ever get back to this point where you're not in the luxury tax and you're able to like manage this shit is because you have like draft so well that you're getting rotational value at on a rookie contract, and that's very difficult to do. So I think that's just going to be like really, really, really hard to do. But even when it comes to like both of these teams, you just missed it. We at, oh wait, is this another one? Oh, this is another one. Even when it comes to both of those teams, bro, like that's a very uniquely structured concept. Like
partnership with the league, right? Like the CBA is not perfect. Like I've never gone on the record saying that, but everything's negotiation. And I think we're at that point now where the pod is continuing to grow. Guys are continuing to make more money. And there's a lot of conversations about mid-level. There's a lot of conversations about the non-taxpayer at mid-level. There's a lot of conversations about the vet minimum, the max, and kind of where things are. But from a statistical standpoint, we're heading in a really good direction. Guys are making more money, and the mid-level is not being neglected in the statistics show it, although there are some things that can be improved upon in the CBA. Obviously, we talk about the second apron. We talk about aggregating salaries. And, there's a lot more player movement right now. People have talked about free agency, how there's changes. A lot of guys are moving more than they have before. And there's also more parity in the league. And there's a lot of things that are going on within the league. But this wasn't like a my agenda type of situation. We had a collective bargaining agreement to try to do.
Look at George Niang. He's like this. He's really about to bullshit me through this answer.
It was best for the players, and things were proposed, and we had to kind of have a conversation about it to kind of figure out what was best. But all in all, I think we're heading in a good direction, and the more dialogue that we can have, the more conversation that we can have in terms of ways to grow the game, the more players can continue to voice, their thoughts and opinions more so amongst us as players, so that we can kind of go to the bargaining table and have those discussions. I think it'll be better.
See, here's the problem with CJ McCollum. And I mean this like so sincerely. No, this is no shot to CJ, but like I think CJ.
There's also things that we.
I think CJ went to the table in good faith, not comprehending how owners operate. And this is like also goes back to like the WNBA shit, bro. WNBA. I like when people bring up the $50 million figure that the WNBA loses. None of us knows if that's true. And just so y'all know, like how people with a lot of money at stake act, they tend to lie about things. So for those who are unaware, back in like 2011, before they went into the 2012 lockout, or I guess the 2011-2012 lockout, bro, the owners were lying that the NBA they weren't making any profit. Like they were lying and saying that the NBA was losing money. The NBA was losing money in 2011 when the ratings were the highest it had been post Jordan. That they were losing money. They lied about that. And then people had to come in independently and prove that they were lying about it. That's the type of shit that they on. So I can see a world where CJ McCollum thought to himself, well, if I agree to these things, structurally, it would justify handing out like more max contracts. But really because realistically speaking, like in theory, what it does is that it puts every team in a position to always be able to offer a max contract instead of having a bunch of max contracts on the same roster with one another or just massive deals, right? It puts every team in that position. But what's now happening is that owners are deciding, like, oh, we're just not going to spend the money, and we have every excuse not to spend the money. We have every excuse not to spend the money. And so I think that's where CJ McCollum came at it through the wrong approach. I think that's what happened. Heavily Sin says, Lo, what do you need? What do the Celtics need to do in your eyes? Should they try to ship off, and who should they bring in? I'm not 100% sure, but the Celtics are another example of like they had to move off of players because it would not have made any sense for them to even broach the idea of being repeat offenders, and certainly not be repeat offenders while also being above the second tax apron for a year in which they're not even going to be able to compete because Tatum is out. So it didn't really make any sense. And also, to be fair to them, they were going to shed Porzingis and Holiday's contract before that even happened. There were already stuff that was going on. But truth of the matter is like the idea of, hey, we are going to put ourselves in a position to build in a certain way where every team has the opportunity to give a max contract to someone, and it's incentivized for, or I guess it's desensitized, whatever the word is, where teams cannot just sit there and hold three players that are near either max contracts or near max. But I think a lot of this stuff, like, you can't sit here and introduce a new tax rate and into apron the super max makes any sense outside of like 4 players. Like, that shit does not make any sense. None of that makes any sense. It actually removes the whole purpose. And everything that, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not 100% sure how long CJ McCollum has been in the seat, but everything over the last like 2 negotiation phases has kind of led to this idea of incentivizing teams and players who stay on rosters that may not have a max contract player, trying to spread the talent amongst teams as time progresses. And that's kind of the reason why a super max is invented in the first place. But I think CJ thought that they were going to like be in good faith, and so now like Josh Giddey is running around trying to find a contract, but we know like the Bulls a few years ago would have given him the contract. We know that. The Bulls were handing out crazy deals for years. Now all of a sudden they don't want to give out a contract? What the fuck? No, under Lit Adder, I don't think they you don't have to do anything. I'm just saying teams were much more liberal at the idea of handing out max contracts back then in contrast to now. But with the settling in with more and more people, let's go ahead and get into this. Let's get into this. Also, because someone asked me about the owners lying. Owners.
Him saying, "Oh, there's more player movement now." I'm like, yeah. I wonder why.
Yeah, like.
Because fucking teams can't pay their players.
Here's you can read it up a little bit, but NBA owners say they aren't lying about losing that much money, and this is back in there it is right there, July 6, 2011, and they were genuinely trying to argue. Here's the Deadspin published a report on the New Jersey Nets used a tax loophole to make a $6 million profit look like a $27 million loss. That's what these niggas do. I mean, that's what these niggas do. That's what they do. That's what these niggas do. That's what they do. That's what they do. That's what they do. And I want everybody to know, I want everybody to understand, bro, in 2011, the viewership was the highest it had been, and really has been, post Jordan. It was higher than the early 2000s. It was definitely higher all throughout. That is the highest the ratings have ever been, and it's the highest that they have ever been since. And then the owners were sitting there, and they were renegotiating new TV deals, and the owners were sitting there trying to explain, like, how they lost money. The owners in the NBA had been lying for so many years that when it came down to, like, paying money, bro, like the actual, or like divvying up the pie, bro, the salary cap had like, the salary cap, here we go, salary cap history. It had like plateaued for a few years. Yeah, look. 58, it just stayed at 58. They were just lying. Like, the niggas was just blatantly lying about how much they had, how much they were losing. 58, 57, 58. Actually went down.
And even that season before, it only rose by 300,000.
Yeah, like, they were just lying. Like, niggas just lying. Like it went from 58 down to 57, up to 58, stayed at 58, 58, 63, 70. And so when it actually jumped to 94 on some real shit, that was just the money that the players been owed, because the shit had just stayed. It literally plateaued. They were trying to convince niggas that at this point in NBA history that they were losing money, and not only losing money, that they were not going to see any return on this shit, despite the fact that the popularity was the highest it had ever been. So I just say that to say, like, before some of you all, like, hop out y'all body and talk about WNBA players, they losing revenue, or they're not making a profit, they're losing. Like, we don't know. Like, that is a number that they put out there, but owners, millionaires, and billionaires, they tend to lie about a lot of things. They just tend to lie. And so CJ McCollum, pivoting back to where we were at before, CJ McCollum just can't operate in this sense of, like, good faith from the owner's perspective, because they don't do that. They just don't. They just don't. And also the concept of being an owner in the NBA is not that you have to make money. Some of them can make money from the league, or for the team that they own, but there's so many owners who've openly admitted, like, you more so lose liquid. You lose liquidity throughout the process of you owning. The value of you owning is not only a big dick contest, but also the equity that comes along with owning a ball club. So when it's time to then sell, niggas talking about billions of dollars now. That's the benefit of actually holding it. Not how much, like, liquid cash can you get out of a team every single year. Like, shut the fuck up. All right, let's get to this JT shit, dog. I'm actually just so floored with Jeff. I can't believe it.
The jump from even 15 to now is crazy.
Like, imagine, like, lying that the NBA is losing money. Like,
the salary cap was $63 million a decade ago, and now it's about to be, what, 150 something?
Yeah.
Yes.
So practice,
He giving you probably like 60, 18, and 18.
in 60, 18, 18 in practice?
Yeah.
Nah.
Nah, I witnessed him give somebody 24 points in 3 minutes.
No way. See, niggas is
Well,
making
is
up.
Luka like that in practice too?
Yes.
Nigga, 24 points in 3. What? The nigga he kept turning the ball over? No way. Y'all niggas just, come on, dog.
I mean, it's not the most outlandish thing I've ever heard.
I guess.
I've seen dudes score like 17 in 3 minutes. So, I mean, it's not
Y'all
really.
had to be running up and down the floor. All right. All right. I don't know what the full context is. I think they were trying to have I think I actually do some due diligence that we actually figure out the full context behind this, because apparently the 520 crew, friend of the show, they were talking about LeBron, and I guess they were trying to figure out which was the best version of Bron. And then whatever, like, they were coming to the conclusion of, Jeff Teague interrupted by saying, "Oh, nah, dog. Miami Bron's so good because he was on steroids," which is such a crazy and irresponsible thing to say.
Which Bron was better?
Miami Heat Bron.
Miami Heat Bron.
Miami Heat.
I'm going this Cavs Bron because this Cavs Bron had a 3.
Man, y'all crazy. Miami Heat Bron
we ever seen. I ain't gonna lie.
He was on steroids, bro. He had to sit out. He was on steroids for real.
Now, I give you
like legit was on steroids, bro. I'm allegedly, but like he had to sit out. But y'all remember when they told him like they
There goes the Clutch Sports allegations.
Y'all remember that though?
No,
When they was like he got everybody, they started testing for HGH, and they was like, yo, and he had to sit out. Like he said his back was hurt, and he sat out for like 3 weeks, and he came back skinny. This is just I was in the league. I remember. And he came back in. He was crazy though.
Nah, that might have been the best Bron, bro.
Okay, so just for the people who are unaware, and that's my first time hearing that clip in its totality. For those who are unaware, who may not have been alive or watching the league at that time, LeBron leaves Miami. As he leaves Miami, he's going back to Cleveland. When he's going back to Cleveland, during the off season, he posts this picture of him in like all black, and the nigga is like mad skinny. LeBron skinny. Let me see something real quick. LeBron skinny. Oh, skinny jeans. Jesus Christ, no, nigga. LeBron skinny. This was the picture. He posts this picture of him like looking mad skinny. All right, so this is the off season. This is the off season. Everyone's losing their mind. Like, how is it possible that someone who was the size of a power forward can look like this within a matter of a few months? Sidebar: we literally just saw Luka just shred like what seems to be like 20 pounds at bare minimum. And yes, this fit is garbage. So LeBron loses all this weight. They're trying to figure out how it's possible. And then he says that he's like on a keto diet or some shit like that. I don't know what it is. But then LeBron comes out for the 2014-2015 season, and it is by far the worst version I have ever seen of LeBron, probably until 2007. It was the worst version of LeBron we had seen in damn near a decade. That's how bad LeBron was. He wasn't the same defender. He couldn't shoot. Like, it was just terrible. So everybody's trying to figure out why is he playing this bad? Like, why does LeBron why is he playing this bad at basketball? And just so we all can be on the same page about what I'm talking about, it was because somebody just asked me what year. It's his first year back in Cleveland. This year right here, 2014, 2015. And then here is the gap that Teague is talking about. And he in Detroit, as you all can see, he finished off on a game where he shot 5 for 19. So in the first 29 games of the season, LeBron is averaging 25 points, 5 rebounds, 7 to 8 assists, turning the ball over 4 times, and shooting sub 49% from the field and 74% from the free throw line. That's what he was doing. And defensively, he just wasn't the same. So everybody's trying to figure out what was going on. He takes this break. He comes back. The very next game he comes back, and he has a 33-7-5 game and shoots crazy. Now, here's a problem with a lot of things that people say about this story. People then act as if like LeBron was just amazing for the rest of the season. He wasn't. Like, for the rest of the season, he still averaged 25, 7-6 or 7-7, 2 steals, 4 turnovers, and shot 49% from the field, 34% from behind the arc. He shot worse from the free throw line, 68.5. So he was actually worse as the season progressed from the free throw line. And overall, to this day, this is towards the bottom of his percentages, field goal percentage. I want to say, yeah, it's his second highest turnover average, and he's had some worse free throw shooting seasons since, because in LA he's racked up a couple of them. But it was just the worst version of LeBron that we've seen in a while. Then he went into the playoffs, and I've talked about this before, bro. In the playoffs this year, in the totality of the playoffs, he averaged 30, 11, and 8.5, but he shot 42% from the field and 23% from behind the arc. Be very mindful that the years leading up to this, LeBron is progressively just, his three-point shooting went from 26% from behind the arc in the postseason to 38 to 41, and then it just craters down to 22%. And he can't make a shot. Like, he's just not the same shooter. So then everybody was asking, why is Bron this bad? And the conclusion that people came to is that, like Jeff Teague said, that he was on steroids and he got off steroids, and this is what happened because they caught him on steroids. Something along those lines. Now, if you know the full story, Bron was dealing with a back injury all throughout the season, and they forced him to stop playing basketball because he had a bad back. That's literally what was reported by multiple people, Brian Windhorst, other sources of ESPN, and so they had to pull him away. The other problem with LeBron at that point in time is that he was trying to adjust to a team that he had not played for, and he had not played with that type of dynamic of a team since 2009 and 2010. What do I mean by this? That first year in Cleveland, the floor spacing wasn't the same it was when he was in Miami. Because in Miami, the last 2 to 3 years, they got accustomed to Bosh at the 5, who's a better floor spacer. This time around, they're giving more minutes to Tristan Thompson, Anderson Varejao, Timofey Mozgov. Like, those are the 5s that they're playing around alongside LeBron. So that's what's happening. Then they trade for Iman Shumpert. Deion Waiters can't shoot himself. Sean Marion getting minutes. He can't shoot. It's a poorly spaced team. It just genuinely is. And then on top of that, he's also trying to, I don't want to say teach, but he's certainly trying to allow Kyrie to grow as a ball player, because Kyrie didn't understand the dynamics of passing and playmaking at that stage of his career. So that's what's going on. There's a lot of dynamics. And if you watch, also David Blatt is a rookie coach. So that's another thing. So there's I don't want to say parental role. So there's a lot of things going on. And I think that's a much clearer outline to what's going on, because if he stopped taking steroids, I don't know why that would mean that he all of a sudden can't shoot a basketball. I don't like you not taking steroids then all of a sudden you can't shoot a basketball when steroids is supposed to be for your recovery, not your accuracy from a distance. Like that don't really make any sense. But Jeff Teague saying that, I'm not gonna lie, is grossly irresponsible. It is outrageously irresponsible. It is outrageously irresponsible. Now, okay, Herb also brought up the whole Herb brought up the investigation. There was also this investigation at that time that ESPN was doing. The FBI was involved as well. And then he brought in, they were claiming that somewhere in Miami that there was someone with the initials of RP, Rich Paul, and then he was picking up steroids for someone with the initials of LJ, LeBron James. Now, if I were doing steroids, even I would know not to use the same initials that my name is. That is so dumb. Why would I use my own initials? But okay, all right, fair, I guess. I don't know. But someone said that Jeff Teague was trolling. So let's hear Jeff Teague's response, because this is his response. So let's see if he was really trolling. Let's just see. And before we play this, I want to play the clip one more time, because I don't know, like maybe I'm like off basis, but it doesn't sound like trolling to me.
Ever the dude that pulled up on me at
Oh no, that's the other one. Here we
go. Which Bron was better?
Miami Heat Bron.
Miami Heat Bron.
Miami Heat.
I'm going this Cavs Bron, because this Cavs Bron had a 3.
Man, y'all crazy. Miami Heat
best Bron we ever
was,
seen. I ain't gonna lie.
he was on steroids, bro. He had to sit out. He was on steroids for real.
He was on steroids for real.
like legit was on steroids.
Like legit was on steroids,
bro. I'm allegedly, but like he
allegedly, but I'm trolling.
He had to sit out, bro. Y'all remember when they told him like
there goes the Clutch Sports allegations?
Y'all remember that though?
Nah,
when they was like he got everybody, they started testing for HGH, and they was like, yo, and he had to sit out. Like he said his back was hurt, and he sat out for like 3 weeks, and he came back skinny. This is just I was in the league. I remember. And he came back in. He was crazy though, bro.
He was not okay. All right, so I'm gonna hear what Jeff Teague has to say about his. That don't sound like trolling me. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. That just sound like a nigga who just dead ass saying it. He's like actually dead. Like y'all remember that, right? Y'all remember that, right? Y'all remember that? Shit, I remember. I was in the league. I just want y'all to I want to hear this.
I guess I'm good, man. Y'all doing a lot today.
You know my boy stretched out when he went to the black forces with the black lasers.
Yeah, I ain't swap them out, bro. It's been a long day. Thanks to Jeff Teague.
Why me?
And it started yesterday.
Why me, bro?
When he posted, first of all, he never posts on his page. So for him to go out of his way to make an actual post, that's
you
not
post
from
me with
Club
no mustache, bro.
I didn't do that, bro. I just accepted the collab.
No,
that was Mike.
No, bro. I seen it still had TikTok in the corner, bro. I'm like,
oh, he screen recorded.
I'm like, hold on, it got TikTok.
That was sent to us.
Yeah, but I'm like, why you posted though? Like,
no, Mike said accept the collab, and he and I accepted the collab.
That ain't how the collabs work.
Just so y'all know, this is the post that they're talking about. Y'all weird. I was joking about Bron. He was just that dominant chill. Okay, so that he's saying that he was joking.
Yes.
I be seeing the collabs. That ain't how they work.
You just weren't notified.
Oh, okay.
So you bring your artist for this?
Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Jordan today, because
on the way in, you know what I'm saying? Clutch Sports for 2 weeks, man.
Man, they kicked me off the clutch, bro. Listen, bro, it was a joke, bro. Like, what did they miss, bro?
Hey, now, before we even get to that, who do we have on the show who was from Clutch? And they were just like, yeah, I had to double check to see if he was actually on the roster. Who was that?
Take everything out of context. We were literally giving LeBron praise of how dominant he was.
Yeah, y'all wasn't really watching the show, and I mean that's why shit get clipped up though. Like,
And
go ahead.
we was saying he was so dominant.
This is your post, King. You
Nah,
right.
I'm just saying we were saying he was so dominant that like, bro, you 280 running that fast, bro. I'm like, bro, he was on steroids, bro.
Yeah, and that was a real storyline though. I mean,
But I was joking because if I knew that people like, how did you know he was on steroids? I didn't know. I don't know. I don't care because if he was and I knew, I would have told that nigga give me some. I would have
tapped in.
I would have been 6'3", 285 too, nigga, running like a Mack truck. Like,
if you had a recipe, there would be no Club Fox on you
no,
right now.
I wish I had the recipe. Like, matter of fact, if you got some, bro, tap in.
Send the remix.
I'm ready to make a comeback. Shit, me, John Wall, send it all of us.
Bro, come on, chat. Come on, chat. Come on. That's what I'm saying. The tone in which they're using now when they're actually joking versus what they were using before. These are two. This is joking. This is trolling. They're actively laughing through the words that they're saying. I'm not going to say and say what this man did or did not say in the manner in which he did it. But what I am going to say is it's not that crazy for anyone to then believe. Come on, dog. It's not that crazy for someone to believe that you may have known something. You literally said, I was in a league at that time, as if like you had some form of intel that other people outside the league don't have. You literally presented it that way. Now, you can be joking, but to not understand where people are coming from when the tone you're using now, in contrast to the tone you're using before, these are two different tones. Those are just two different tones. I don't know. I don't even think I really need to explain to y'all that those are two different tones. These are not the same tones. We can be honest with ourselves. We can be honest with ourselves, dog. Let me hear what else.
Shit, we trying to get back.
You too old. You gonna fall apart.
Fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
like,
listen, the steroid league is on the way.
Man,
Try to qualify.
listen, bro.
That's
I
a
couldn't
real
believe.
thing, though.
Well, only reason I even knew about is because my dad. He was like, "You trying to get us killed?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" I think I did something crazy.
I woke up, my phone was bro. I really thought something happened.
I did too. When my dad said that, "You trying to get us killed?" And
I
I
knew
was like,
it
"What are
wasn't
you
about
talking
my
about?"
family nothing because it was all social media shit. And I'm like, damn.
He like, "You said something about Bron?" I was like, "What?" I literally didn't know. I'm like, "What did I say about Bron?"
Yeah.
He like, "Something about steroids."
Yeah, that wasn't even like the
I
topic
was
of the
like,
show for
"What?"
real either.
The fact that Coach Teague hit you about this is hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, I just made a joke that he good. Like, he was so good and so strong, much faster than everybody. I was like, that nigga had to be on steroids. And he was like, well, people think you know that he's on steroids. I'm like, man, I don't know that, man. Like, I've never seen that man do that. And I was like, I just said that he went out for 2 weeks and he came back a superhuman.
I mean, I hate it got taken it that way, but I understand too because like the shit that you tell about the NBA, it always followed by videos and shit like that.
Yeah,
so
but-
you gotta look at that side of it too.
Yeah, but I don't know Bron.
The funny
I mean, I
part about this,
understood, but
they just killed us for saying we glazed Bron too much.
Yeah.
oh, facts.
Now we hate LeBron.
Nah, I hate Bron. Yeah, they told me, you a Bron hater. Y'all just told me I was.
They said we talking about Bron too much.
Bron.
We signed a clutch. We sold our soul.
I still love Bron. Bron's still the greatest one.
I feel as if like I think I kind of get the gist. I ain't gonna sit here and beat a dead horse. I think it's just really hard to get off that Bron was on steroids, especially with the degree of testing that's going on right now. I think it's a little bit difficult to get that off. And at the end of the day, I think especially at that point in time, it's even hard to even get off like a justification to why Bron would need to even take steroids at that point in his career. It's not like I think people tend to forget how young Bron was. Bron was still in his 20s. Bron had just turned 30 when he went back to Cleveland. Bron was not like some old person when he went back to Cleveland. So yeah, he's not like he was nowhere near close. Yeah, and he's been accused of that shit for years and years and years. I think if anything, that might be the most valid season to question him. But there's like very clearly articles about what exactly was going on with Bron at that stage of his career. And also the makeup of the roster wasn't that great either. Like he was on the floor with like outside of Kevin Love, there was nobody else in that front court that was able to shoot. It was non-floor spacers. This is before we really accepted the idea of running small ball. So this idea of like running two traditional bigs or having a backup center that also can't shoot was still very much so alive in the NBA. And LeBron just got done with the last 2 to 3 years playing with Chris Bosh at the 5, where he just has way more gravity. He takes up more attention from the defense. Like, there's a lot of things that were just arrived for that season. David Blatt was the head coach. I think that goes way more into it. But if that's the only season that people can point to, and also, like, he literally lost weight before the season began, so the, like, timeline is a little off. But if, like, I get it. Like, I do think also that LeBron, the best version of LeBron, was in Miami. And that first year post-Miami, he looked like a totally different nigga. He looked completely different. I ain't gonna hold you. He looked like a completely different person. Low, please. That man had the best built team in the East. He doesn't need any excuses. In 2015, sure. I think having the best built team in the East and still having a team that can best maximize you are not the same thing. Having the best built team in the Eastern Conference at that point in NBA history, respectfully, is a low fucking bar. The only two teams you would have to be better than is who, the Hawks or the Raptors? Like, be fucking serious, dog. The Wizards. Like, what are we doing, dog? What are we? No, Boston in 2015. No, the 2015 season, Boston finished with a losing record. The 2015 season is when, not the Pacers, because that's post Paul George injury, and Roy Hibbert and David West were like, either they were still on the team or they were off somewhere else. Yeah, and then the FBI investigation cleared him as well. Yeah, that was the year that the Hawks won 60 games. The Hawks were the best built team in the East, or at least the one that can compete with it. So the Bulls were up there too, because I think that was that year that Derrick Rose came back. He hit that shot in the playoffs as well, and it was like Jimmy and Powell. Noah was probably on his last leg too. But the bar to be a better built team is pretty low. All right. Overall though, if Jet T said he's joking, I guess he's joking. I just think that it's like I don't know. I think that's a very dangerous line to tote, especially when you're literally saying, "Nah, legit, nah, for real. Y'all remember that, right? Nah, seriously, y'all remember that, right? I was in the league. I remember that." And then you don't understand why somebody will then think that you're being serious. I don't know, especially when like there's been conversations about that for years. But yeah, if any, that was an interesting year for Bron. Very very interesting year. All right. Let me see. Because I want to hurry up and get into the Tmac and Kobe shit. Let me see. Do you think Eli genuinely thinks you're gay when he says you dead ass gay for real? Eli's a child though. And you can tell when Eli says something, he's using gay in the sense of like, all right, let's use that. Let's use Eli gay thing. If Jeff Teague had said, bro, Bron back then, he was so tough. He was gay too. Y'all remember that shit? He was gay. Nah, for real. Y'all remember that? Nah, he was for real gay. Like, he was legit gay. Allegedly. Y'all remember that shit though, bro? Nah, y'all remember that? He was legit gay. Like, he was for real gay. Like, I was in the league. I remember that's what everybody was saying, that he was just gay. If that's what everyone would, if that's how he said it, bro, I'd be like, all right, I guess he's gay. Like it's not that crazy to believe that someone would say it like that. Like, dog, come on. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. All right. Let's go on to the Kobe and T-Mac stuff. Let's get to the Kobe and T-Mac stuff. So, y'all know how it's been over the past, I guess, month as a Kobe fan on like this platform. Not even on this platform, just in the NBA space in a general sense. A lot of discourse back and forth about Kobe. Tracy McGrady, or just Kobe in a general sense. And some of the stuff, I'm going to be honest with you all, there's been like this correction and overcorrecting when it comes to the conversation around Kobe in the space in the last, really since he passed away, unfortunately. Where I think at times there's been a little overcorrecting, and that tends to happen when someone unfortunately passes away, especially when it happens out of nowhere. But then there's also been this course correction to where we need to like go all the way on the other end, and I think that's where we've been at for the past really like 2 years now. But the one thing that kind of just keeps blowing my mind away is the Tmac conversations. And do I think Tmac could win a championship? Yes. But now Shaq is coming out and saying he could win 3, and there is like this excuse that the reason why Tmac couldn't get out the first round is because he was on a team by himself and he was seeing doubles and triple teams. And if Kobe got the benefit to never really see double and triple teams. So in the last stream, we watched a couple of possessions, and we pretty quickly found out that Kobe indeed saw a lot of defensive attention. They weren't helping off of him. They were helping off of other players like Robert Horry and Rick Fox. And Kobe would still see a lot of defensive attention. So much so that we literally were finding clips where Kobe and Shaq were running pick and roll, and they were still putting 2 on the ball when Shaq is setting the screen and rolling to the basket. So we were able to find evidence of that. Now, that doesn't mean that is all of the indications of what was going on at that time. So what we decided to do is take the time out. Oh, this is very interesting. To actually watch some footage ourselves. Let's see this. I'm always up for some Shaq slander, if it makes sense.
When Shaq is telling Kobe he's got to pass the ball or he's not going to play defense, basically that's what he said, not in those words.
Oh, I told y'all he did this. Didn't I tell y'all that Shaq used to literally say that if y'all don't do certain things, then I'm just not going to play defense? Didn't I tell y'all that? Okay, you're already hip to the... Okay, all right.
Pass the ball then, the fuck.
Let me see what you guys say.
You know, and Kobe's asked to defer to Shaq. Let's face it. You know, if Phil Jackson is asking Kobe Bryant, who's worked on his game all summer to perfect it even more than it was, now he comes back and Phil's asking him to walk the ball up the court for the first 3 quarters of the game, and then, when they're losing, take over the game by himself because we're not going to get the ball to Shaq because he can't shoot free throws. He might even be on the bench next to me. No wonder Kobe says, no way.
Clearly, if the big dog ain't me, then the house won't get guarded. Period.
People wanted me to just kind of level off my play and not improve and just do the same thing I did last year. And I'm not going to do that. And I work too hard and I improve as a basketball player every day. And I want to show that I improve.
Shaq needed to feel like he was the man.
Throughout his entire career, this has been a recurring theme.
Every great team needs a 1-2 punch. We're a 1-2 punch. But in my mind, I'm the president and he was the vice president.
I'll say this before we watch this. I'm gonna say this. I have always said this. I'm not saying that Kobe should be absolved of anything that he has done and during that stretch in his career. The problem, however, is that everyone knows what Kobe did and they punish him repeatedly. And the conversation around Kobe at that point in his career is always contradicting. Kobe should have allowed Shaq to be Shaq and dominate the way in which Shaq wanted to do, even if it meant that effectively you were going to get a lazy version of Shaq. But while doing so, we are historically going to punish you because for whatever we're going to punish you for not being the best player. But you're going to punish Kobe for not being the best player on the team, but you also punishing him for not accepting the role of not being the best player on the team. That to me does not make any sense. It just doesn't. And I'm not saying that Kobe approached this dilemma the most diplomatic way. I'm not saying that at all because I definitely think there's better ways you could have approached it. But I also believe that the way in which Shaq handled it was also crazy. And we all know and discuss about how Kobe handled it and the downfalls that came about it. Shaq is arguably the most sensitive and egotistic nigga I have ever seen in the sport. The nigga literally makes up stories about other NBA players so he could then find an edge. The nigga was, and from even when things that, I'm actually happy somebody found this, because I told this to somebody, and I think some of y'all were probably in the stream when I said this over in FYF. Bro, I told them this exact same thing, that, bro, Shaq would literally say some shit and just decide, I'm not going to play basketball no more. And the reason why Phil had to come to Kobe and tell him to tone it down is because Shaq was making it known to everybody that I'm not going to do X, Y, Z. I'm just not going to play defense. I'm not going to show. Bro, that's crazy. So, I think that there's a lot of, sure, there can be a lot of backlash for Kobe. I just don't hear enough about the part that Shaq played into it. And in my opinion, Kobe's frustrations, though I don't think are right in the way he handled it was right, they are way more understandable than Shaq's frustrations. They are way more understandable. But this is what I will do, though.
And Kobe,
Go ahead, you got it.
Kobe told a story on a podcast one time in 2003, if y'all remember. He had a stretch where he scored 9 straight games of 40 points. And that was like sort of like when Shaq was in and out of the lineup with injuries and whatnot. And as he's going on this crazy scoring run, Phil comes up to him and says, hey, we need you to kind of, dial it back so that we can, work Shaq back into the game. And he's like, dial it back. Like, I'm scoring 50 points. We're winning. Like, I don't understand what's going on. But it's basically just to keep Shaq engaged. And Kobe, when he told that story, he gave credit to Phil Jackson and his ability to manage egos, but at the same time, I'm just watching it like, damn, that's kind of fucked up.
It's crazy. It's hella fucked up, actually. Hella fucked up. So, I wanted to watch some footage. So let me know if it's too choppy.
This is a pivotal game in any 5-game series. It really puts the other team on its heels.
In many cases, you'd say that Orlando has regained the home court advantage, but not when you talk about Charlotte.
Is it choppy? Is it? I know it's like bad.
No, it's not choppy.
Okay.
Eldon Campbell, his first shot won't go. P.J. Brown, the offensive rebound. Rush to follow. George Lynch battling.
The only the problem is, Mars, is not too many series to kind of pull up, and the reason why I picked the 0-2 series is because I'm assuming that is the iteration of Tmac that y'all are referring to. That it's 0-3. Did he lead the league? Oh no, it is 0-3. I bet. So we can go. I'll try to find the 0-3 series, but I think 0-3 is unfair to Tmac.
Go, Chad.
But we're gonna watch.
This is how watching basketball on YouTube was back in the day.
This was what it was like watching. Hold on.
So from P.J. Brown, although Orlando has the ball. First shot from McGrady. Ball chip. David Wesley almost came on with it.
Half the time there'd be the same 5 fucking songs over it.
Short jumpers.
As much as McGrady and Davis have really upped their level of play, it's players like Grant for Orlando, Pat Garrity, and Eldon Campbell for Charlotte.
Nasty. He's a nasty shot.
Yeah, they each need to have their guys step up in any playoff series.
I will say this though about the Kobe thing. The Curry thing. I do think Curry would look fine in a lot of situations. He would look fine. Also, it's choppy over on YouTube. Fuck.
Main guys can do their part, but usually you're gonna have to have a good production off your bench and off your other starters.
And Darrell Armstrong puts it in. He's been shooting very well in this series, 56% from the field.
You know,
Damn.
Point guards for Orlando, they come in waves at Baron Davis, try and put pressure on him to play a full 48 minutes.
And again, what you talked about just moments ago with McGrady, he's on Baron Davis. Nice entry pass to Campbell, and an easy two for Eldon Campbell. And that's what makes his back such a real concern, because he's got to be guarding Baron Davis, who's so quick and strong. It was more like sometimes road games at home. Monty Williams has a block, but goes right back.
Monty Williams.
Monty Williams, dog. Oh, man.
Team in the league, Charlotte, that has a better away record than they do a home record.
God damn, Eldon Campbell? Wow! This nigga's hooping.
Nice move from Baron Davis. Plenty of contact.
What an example of his body control and strength. That explosion to the rim for a great finish.
The thing about Davis and Wesley, they're not the tallest guards, but they've got so much strength as McGrady puts it in.
Tough.
Well, even there, McGrady catching that.
And I want everybody to acknowledge this argument that McGrady would just see doubles and triples every time he touched the ball.
To the rim for a great finish.
And like, if Kobe was in that situation, he would see doubles and like he caught him in the shot. Nah, Bruce, I ain't gonna lie. But to be fair, that's how a lot of players play back then. It's not like it's someone with none of these players are like ball dominant at the top of the key, running pick and rolls, and they see double. Like that's not how none of them really played back then. A lot of them got in a position on the floor. Oh my
goodness! Oh.
A lot of the players got the ball in a certain spot on the floor and immediately start attacking.
Just right off easy. Pat Garrity. Nice adjustment from Garrity in the air.
What the?
Nick, are they not missing right now?
Well, offensive foul. To go from 0 points to 18 points, that was a major adjustment in their game. I think they made a conscious effort to try and get Garrity more shots and get him more involved. The other end for this with
Yeah, he didn't know.
Because after his game, and those numbers don't bring into account his defensive prowess, which is a big part of his game. McGrady blows past George.
Oh my goodness.
So again, immediately gets the ball and go. But again, like I think a lot of us are just too accustomed to like what we see today, and we try to imply that to what was happening back in the day. No, bro, they used to just get the ball and go. That's it. Like the idea that they would see doubles, that doesn't like that's not it wasn't as often as y'all think that it was.
101 minutes, and the Charlotte Hornets have only had the lead in 17.
Also, thinking that I'm hating because I think that's actually a good thing. I think they are like saying that someone gets the ball and is very decisive when they get it. That is a good thing. That's not a bad thing.
That really is because
yeah, that's a good thing.
You know, is the main focal point of their offense.
Eldon Campbell is the main. Bro, who the fuck is on this team? How is that even? Like, do y'all hear that? This is the other thing I'm trying to explain to some nigga. I think it was Mars and also someone. No, it wasn't Mars. It was who's the nigga that was arguing me about like Tim Duncan and Garnett and what was important back in the day? Nonchalant, yeah. And I'm trying to explain to him like, bro, back then, even with the team that had Baron Davis, he wasn't the focal point of the offense. He was the fucking big. That's just how it was.
You know, he's a guy that is going to try and
McGrady gets the ball, jab, and McGrady's hooping. But again, I want y'all to be clear.
He's going to try and
he's not seeing doubles, nigga. He's not seeing doubles. He's not getting triple team. He's not like that's not happening. He got the ball, jab, shot. Yeah, long ass too. But that's what he did. It was not, no.
Push the issue in the low post for them.
McGrady hits the jumper. His outside shot is underrated. He's really improved on that.
His outside shot. Oh man. Oh man.
BJ Brown comes back and answers. You watch with Eldon Campbell out, Mashburn, of course, not here.
Outside shot. It's so funny seeing how they commentate games back then. You could be like a foot behind the 3-point line. Let me talk about, oh, from the parking lot.
We're here. Winds down. Davis knocks it in. Baron Davis.
Aaron,
Pulls
hey.
the Hornets within 12.
Pull the Hornets within 12. Oh man.
Charlotte's trying to do right now is they're trying to establish where Baron Davis is guarded by Armstrong.
McGrady gets the foul. Shot won't go. And Augman just got a piece of the arm. Augman now guarding Tracy McGrady. That's his first.
Uh-oh. Was that a foul bait?
Right here. They got the matchup they want. He shakes them and bakes them. Puts in the 3.
Nah, he sucks. Turn this off.
Parts of throwing season is when the 13 of that series for the Magic.
Here we see Davis going right down into the low post.
Before it was cool.
McClure sets the pick. Grant picks him up. He gets up. Nice
Oh man.
jumper.
How much time does he take to shoot the
Shout out to BD. Oh, this nigga is open.
And there's no pickup. They think they've got that advantage with Mashburn out of the lineup. They've got more.
Again, Tmac in isolation. They start to shade him a bit. They shade him. There's a shade. But nah, Tmac had room to operate. Also, Tmac is hooping.
Miller stripped by Augman.
Mm.
Nice pass ahead to Davis. He has plenty of time.
God
damn.
Elevation and what a finish. You know, Miller turned that corner. He thought he was wide open to beat the defender.
It was Ricky.
Again, Stacey Augman with those long.
And that man, Stacey Augman, only
Where's Ricky Davis? Damn, they tied the.
They tied it. They were down by 12 at one point. They tied it.
offensive. Davis 9-point Charlotte lead.
Oh my goodness.
Trail of the rebound. What a turnaround in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, he's seen it too.
Boy, Davis just, again, it's not like these guys are using excuses. Their backs have been really bothering them, but it doesn't look like it's having any effect at all on either one of them.
He's very lively today.
Oh my word! Oh my word!
Right now, and a little pullback on his jump shot. The confidence he has when he's shooting his ball, he knows it's going in.
This is a 25-point turnaround in 7 minutes. McGrady misses.
Again, chat. McGrady gets the ball. Nigga, ain't nobody doubling this nigga, bro. He just doing what the fuck he want to do, my nigga. That's it. The fuck?
And Augman wisely pulls it back out. An 11-point lead for Charlotte.
An 11-point lead? Nigga, what is Tmac doing in this quarter? Hold on, what the fuck?
Say the double team came even before he put the ball on the floor, which allowed him to see his guys making their cuts to the basket.
This nigga Doc sucks, my nigga. Oh my God, Doc, you fucking suck, my nigga. Oh my word, you were up by 12, now you're down by 11? Nigga, you suck, my nigga. God damn.
Large deficits in the first 2 ball games, and they came from one in this game. Now it's Orlando the one that has to step up and make the run.
Charlotte's biggest lead in the first 2 games was 4. As Orlando, as you mentioned, had the double-digit leads. And the Magic came out so strong. What's been the difference, Mike?
It was 22-8.
Shout out to Armstrong.
Stacey, Augman.
Shout out to my man Dr. Natural over on YouTube. Yo, what's up, love? It was cool as fuck to see you at the movies. Movie theater on Thursday. Was a black kid in line. Hope you enjoy the movies. Thank you, my brother. Yes, we saw Thursday? Oh, yesterday. Yeah, I saw Fantastic Four. It's a tough movie, chat. Tough movie. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you, brother, though.
And McGlory's done a nice job for them. And
Man, that's tough, my boy.
His range.
That basket by Armstrong ends the 20-0 run.
A 20 run? Oh, fuck. All right, McGrady got the ball. He dribbling. Get it back? No. Gets it back. Good drive, Tmac. Good drive. I ain't gonna lie. 20-yard run is a deep run because it ain't really
2002.
much. Yeah, in 2002, 20-yard run might have been the end of the fucking game. No cap.
Situations where he's trying to spread the court and open it up for himself and his teammates. Right,
they're actively showing you. I can't make this up, chat. I can't make it up. They're actively showing you how spaced the floor is for this nigga T-Mac. I can't make this up. I cannot make it up. Nigga. I can't make it up. These fictitious tales that the nigga was seeing double and quadruple team and Kobe never saw it. I can't make it up. They actually are doing breakdown of how much space the nigga had. Oh my God. No, that's actually crazy. Oh my God! They're actively showing you niggas! Oh my God! There's no fucking way! No way! Oh my! Oh man! Oh man! Oh, I can't make it up, bro. God damn! What the fuck?
Bring this up again because we're talking about this back situation, but you know, if I'm Baron Davis with a bad back, I'd calm it down a little bit on some of these finishes.
It's a good point because I mean the adrenaline's flowing now, but you could do damage.
Oh my goodness.
No way, BD. Oh no. McGrady got the rebound. I can't. Nigga just blew a 2-on-1 fast break. Tough. Hey.
His first field goal. Boy, this pace is
Whoa.
really picked up in the second quarter. Wasn't there to call.
This nigga's ISOing again. Chat, bro. And that's a tough fucking finish. That way, let's be clear. Tough finish. Tough finish. But again, this argument of like a nigga didn't have floor spacing. Bro, look at this, bro. Look at this. Nigga, come on, bro. He has space.
Could he play him any better? Lynch is right there with them. Good horseplay about Magic playing small. They're looking at David West with Baron Davis out of the game. They don't think they handle the ball as well right now with this lineup, so they're going to try and extend the pressure.
Armstrong doing a good job extending there. Stacey Augman has been a key player in this game. Campbell left open.
Bro, this offense is so fucking. Niggas taking baseline long twos. Bro, they're ISOing the nigga again. Chat. We have to be. We at some point we have to just be honest about ourselves right now. This argument that the reason why Tmac couldn't get past the first round because, oh my God, his teammates were so bad. He used to get doubled and triple teams. Of course, that's why he lost. He would always see 2 or 3 bodies. But and if he had Shaq, he would have all the space to operate in the world. Nigga, come on. Nigga, y'all gotta stop with that dumb shit. Watch the games. Why? And he's smacking that motherfucker too.
Not been able to deliver.
Magic shooting 45%. And a foul. And Charlotte really good. Augman knocks down the shot.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Just watching this shit, it is so hard for me to ever take serious any of these conversations about it just becomes harder and harder for me to take serious these conversations about players in other eras and shit like that. Bro, nigga, do you see this offense? There is like 5 niggas below the 3-point line. Everybody's below the 3-point line right now. It's so like I can't like this is spacing for them. This nigga who's about to get the ball is in front of the 3-point line. Bro, like it's so ridiculous. I'll watch the Bucks, but brother, we're here right now. Let's finish this game. Fuck.
Jump shots. He's got a lot of playoff experience, of course, when many big games as a collegian. Always plays with poise. Grant puts it in.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if this is Lamont, but on YouTube said, so now having Shaq on your team means nothing. When did that happen? Who said it meant nothing? No one said it meant nothing. The argument, however, is that the reason why McGrady would be able to go over is because Tmac, when he was on his own team, would see double teams. Kobe operated in a level of space that McGrady never got the privilege to come close to. Because when McGrady was out there, he would get double and triple teams because he was the only player out there. That's the argument. And I just wanted to see in a series that I now, to be fair to McGrady, I don't point to the Detroit Pistons series to like that's an example of him losing in the first round. And I really don't even point to the Bucks series either. But this Hornets series is a series that I consistently point to about what McGrady looks like in a winnable situation. And the argument tends to be his teammates sucked. He would see double and triple teams. You don't really, that's what the argument would be. So I just want to be clear.
Grant 2 for 2 from the field.
Oh my God.
Charlotte 24-17. And again, offensive rebounds have been
Bro, come on, bro. Like the niggas, like let me move my camera real quick just so everybody can see what I'm talking about. Bro, like, come on, bro. Let's be serious. He's isoing out.
Shit.
Like, come on, bro.
drew the foul. And he took a shot. He'll go to the line.
Do y'all understand what I'm saying, bro? He's getting space.
Bro, Bryant Davis went crazy in this game.
Like, come on.
Campbell down. Able to find their range. They went up by as many as 13.
Is that Patrick Ewing? Nah, this is oh man. All right, here we go.
That's a nice no-look pass from McGrady. That's a 3.
Ooh.
Grant tips it out to Garrity. That's a 3.
Oof.
His first three-pointer of the game.
Well, he needed that. That's a big shot for this whole Orlando Magic team. They get him on track, get him loose for a couple open shots.
And it's a one-point game. Armstrong doing an excellent job trying to deny David Wesley.
Bro, these plays back in the day were hilarious.
We
Nah,
want to talk.
niggas, bro, like 5
Bro.
niggas just stood around and just watched him just like run one play.
I'm looking at the stat sheet right now. Chat, we want to talk about spacing. This dude Bryant Davis had 9 of the 10 total 3-point attempts of the Hornets this game.
Davis for 3. And Garrity the rebound.
Orlando's changing the momentum of the game right now with their defense.
Williams against P.J. Brown.
PJ.
Oh my goodness.
The Magic have regained the lead.
Shout out to Horace Grant.
To start the third quarter. And the crowd very much back in it. P.J. Brown.
Charge. Yep, it's a charge. Yep.
Reverse it.
Still doesn't get doubled.
McGrady doubled.
Now he gets doubled.
Armstrong inside. Monty Williams.
Good pass. Oh my goodness.
Hey.
Good pass.
that support that he just into the column now.
8-0 run. All right.
Normally hit. Orlando could be up about 15 points. They can just knock down the open threes that they normally hit.
It has been a game. Goal. Wesley.
Jesus Christ, that's a tough shot.
It's his first field goal.
He's much better going that way. Coming off the screen and squaring with his left shoulder first.
Wesley averaged over 14 a game during the regular season. Monty Williams again.
I ain't gonna lie, chat. It's a bunch of niggas on this team that can put the ball on the floor and go get a bucket. I think you niggas, y'all niggas dragging this shit, but there's a bunch of niggas who can put the ball on the floor. Okay.
14 points in game 1. And he's got 70.
It might be a good game. Oh my word. Tough shot. Great defense from Tmac. Great defense. Oh shit. Not even close is crazy. Oh my word.
My God.
That's a crazy shot.
Wesley back-to-back jumpers. McGrady in transition. Blocked by Trail over the goaltender.
I'm surprised.
I want y'all to know right now, that is the only shot McGrady made in the third quarter. McGrady went 1 for 6. He went 1 for 6 in the third. And if I never watched this, I would not have known that was the only shot he had made in the entire third quarter. That's crazy.
And then try to finish after. Didn't get the call on the bump, but it does get the call on the trailer block. I think that was a good call by the official.
Hits the glass first.
For the Charlotte Hornets.
Drive pass.
T-Mac going again.
Tries reverse and draws the foul.
Ooh, that back.
And 2 free throws is Robert Traylor.
Well, you see with
Pause.
He doesn't want to let Lynch use his strength against him. So he's tracking him on the baseline where
points.
All right, has decided to do that way to go. Although it is tough injury.
Getting Patrick Ewing updates and 0-2 is crazy, nigga. Let him retire, dog.
Shot from Campbell. Lynch deflects it. Here comes Monty Williams. Ahead to Armstrong. Armstrong for 3.
Oh my word! No, that's a ballsy 3 in 0-2. What the fuck? Damn. Man, I ain't gonna lie. Baron Davis missing everything. Shout out to good defense. Here we go. T-Mac bringing the ball up. Coming off the screen. Nigga, what is you doing? No. Ah, man, no.
Magic have outscored the Charlotte Hornets.
Oh, Mars.
Oh, my God.
That's some bullshit right there. That's some bullshit. I know to the argument of T-Mac wasn't that good of a defender because he didn't make an all-defensive team. That is just a blatant lie. T-Mac was an excellent defender. Ooh, behind that. Oh my God. Nah, that's a tough. That's tough.
Uh-oh.
My back hurts me from watching him do it.
This is some nasty nitpicking. Nigga, I'm just looking at the shots. And if he's getting double teamed, what the fuck? Bro, this is crazy. He went crazy in that first half. And his team holding him up in the second half. You know, I could have sworn T-Mac didn't have the privilege of playing this bad. At least that's what some people told me. And he didn't have the team that was able to help him up throughout a quarter or two. But it is what it is. It is what it is, dog.
Third quarter been a big part of what the Magic have done. He's done it and comes to help out. Monty Williams again.
Oh, my word.
Gets inside.
Oh, Monty! Monty! Hey! Nah, this nigga's hooping.
Nearly coming up with a steal.
Those long arms every time.
Mike Miller, you see back in the game. Nalon settles for the jumper and knocks it
Man,
down.
the shots they made back in the day was bullshit.
And the Hornets have scored 6 straight.
Well, Nalon scored 6 straight, and he's got that ability. He led the NCAA in scoring his senior year at TCU.
He's 4 of 6 from the field. Shot clock is turned off. Final seconds, third quarter. Garrity. McGlure. Davis wants to fire it up. And good attempt. Some guys won't take that attempt, but it affects their field goal percentage. Davis says, hey, I've got some time.
Baron Davis don't give a fuck. All right, so they leading going to the third.
And Baron Davis shot a 92-footer
His game because of the ankle sprain that he suffered during
and made it.
but they need him in this fourth quarter.
He's out there guarding Augman now. Nalon with the jumper. Short that time, and Patrick Ewing the rebound. Nearly stolen by Nalon. Here comes Hudson. Hudson.
Oh my! Whoa! Whoa! No, that's a tough one. That's tough. That's tough. Good pass. That's an amazing pass.
Chance for a three-point play. That's a tough pass for Davis to get.
That was a great
That's a
pass.
really great pass. Wow.
He's got Ewing. He's got double team.
Wow, what a
He finds
pass.
him on the weak side.
Great pass.
Touch with
That one a little frustrated after it went down. Davis lost it on the way up.
He dead ass tried that shit.
Tough shot won't go. Fight for the board. Ewing to Davis.
Oh, baby.
McGrady pokes it away.
Oh, good defense. Oh, they got it still.
What? How did the ball get there?
Damn. These niggas, god damn. Nah, they coming down in transition, pull up 3 like that. Nah, that's tough as fuck. I ain't gonna hold you. And that is a long ass 2. That's a long fucking 2.
That was a 2?
Yes. Why are they leaving David Wesley open? Oh man.
He did a good job of finding Wesley on the weak side, wide open.
David Wesley scoreless in the first half. Now we have a foul.
Again, Tmac has a whole wing to operate on his own.
We'll have timeout. And a lot of hustle from both teams.
Knocking the ball free.
Coming early in the fourth to the basket. They call the foul on Augman. And a hard,
a flagrant first on.
The difference.
Armstrong coming out half.
Part of
showed a low post play, but quickly swung the ball around, looking for Armstrong coming out the weak side.
16 points, 7 assists for Darryl Armstrong. Augman's played a lot of big minutes for the Hornets without Mashburn. And he has rewarded Paul Silas' confidence.
Tough.
Stacey Augman now with 6 points. His number's not going to tell you the story of how he's played. 6 points, 4 rebounds.
The hell?
McGrady knocked away, lost his balance. Davis.
What are you taking pictures of over there?
Yeah, no, I'm sending Raquel a picture of the thing.
What?
Of the Amazon code. Oh my God!
They've got to do the job here in
Oh.
Orlando.
Oh. No, Baron Davis on some shit now. Alright, BD. Now that was good defense from Tmac. That's just some shit right there.
Look at this move by Baron Davis. Gets into the lane, explodes up with a quick jump.
That's a crazy floater.
Get up there to block the shot. He releases and he finishes for 2 points.
Augman, tough pass into McGlure, and he falls down. He slipped. He wanted some contact. He felt Grant bumped him. Darryl Armstrong. Grant. Garrity for 3. Garrity downtown. 2-point game.
Tell you what, if he gets enough of those kind of looks, you know he's going to bang down a few of those. That was a great touch pass by Armstrong from the top.
This crowd has been very vocal all afternoon. P.J. Brown. Oh, tough shot for P.J. Brown.
It's a very tough shot for P.J. That was good defense on him in the low post.
Brown has battled some foul problems this afternoon. He now has 12 points. players
Here
in
we
double
go. Here we
figures
go.
for the Charlotte Hornets, playing without Jamal Mashburn. McGrady knocks it down.
Tough, T-Mac. Tough.
They're playing without Grant Hill. That's what they always say.
Yeah, well, the Magic there, they went to pick and roll with 1 and 2 because they knew that Charlotte more than likely would switch it, and that gave McGrady, Baron Davis on him, who he could score over easier in the low post than Stacey Augmon.
32 for McGrady. McClure. Grant defended him well.
Damn.
Here we go.
Got Garrity again as a trailer.
Davis was aware of that. Hudson nearly lost it. Armstrong.
Wide open. Oh, shit.
Augmon the rebound. The crowd ready to explode on that one.
Round ball game here today.
Nah, nigga taking that shot in today's world.
Enthusiasm and passion for this game and the playoff format.
T-Mac isoing. Got the switch on the big on him. Bro, I'm be honest with y'all niggas. T-Mac is operating in space. Y'all got it. On some real shit. All joking aside, y'all have to like kill the noise. I don't know how to. To be fair, in the Pistons series, I knew niggas was like hounding him, but I don't really blame T-Mac for that series. But the argument of like he wasn't able to operate in space, bro, was crazy.
They keep running plays where
McGrady 2-1 lead in this best-of-5 series.
You're going to see Davis go to that pick and roll again.
Augmon has Armstrong on him. He's double-teamed.
Oh, my word. Oh, my word.
Matchup on Davis there and had Augmon on, Armstrong on Augmon. He's able to shoot over him.
Hudson
loses
it. Somehow gets it back to McGrady. Armstrong to Grant, fumbled it.
Nigga. Hey! T-Mac! That's where that picture come from, chat. When a nigga did like this.
37 points for Tracy McGrady.
Well, that's set these fans. McGrady here, maybe the biggest shot of his career right there. Three-pointer down.
Hey. Yep, and like Mars said, there's no need for us to watch. There's no need for us to watch anymore because the nigga proceeded to not to score another point for the rest of the
Baron
fourth
Davis.
quarter. Yeah, we can watch BD. He didn't score another point for the rest of the fourth quarter and overtime.
0.9 seconds remaining.
Damn.
Magic and Hornets tied at 92. Series tied at 1. We'll be back after these messages and a word from your local.
The Hornets scored 18 in overtime.
Here on the near sideline.
Holy shit. Oh, is this the shot that Baron Davis made? That they waved off? Yep.
It's waved off. Bernie Fryer says no, it will not count.
What up with you, Chill? What up with you?
That is the biggest load of bullshit.
This is the 0.7 rule we have in place now. We now know how many seconds it will take to chuck the shot.
Yeah.
Now,
He gets it off very clearly.
According to the clock there, the key the officials on this shows it. Close. Caught that now with the game. That's tough to shake if you're an official.
Oh my word.
Wesley misfires. Augmon the rebound. Another offensive board. Baron Davis
Wide
for three.
open.
And that one will count. 27 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists for Baron Davis.
My goodness, BD. Is this nigga?
Of course, the Magic dominated the overtime in Game 2. That in Charlotte. Hudson left-handed. Plenty of contact. Davis with the rebound.
I actually want to know why they didn't give the ball to Tmac more.
And a foul called on Pat Garrity on the entry pass. To back this game's over is look at the tape right away. CJ Brown ball out of bounds doesn't. Davis for three. And Garrity the rebound. Maybe not the best shot in that circumstance.
No, but he probably in his own mind, he thinks I've knocked down 2 of these in a row. Even if I'm a couple of feet behind, I'll check myself out here. See if you know what heat check.
McGrady, Augmon stays with him.
What a pass.
Doesn't move. Still a three.
Woo! 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 What a fucking ass.
He took Augman off the dribble. He knew Garrity was sitting in the corner and found him there.
Garrity's third three-pointer. 3 minutes left in overtime. David Wesley. P.J. Brown. Brown with another big bucket.
Good ball movement by
Tough.
Charlotte. He made the extra pass there from
Tough.
to P.J. Brown, who knocked down the J.
And a timeout call by Doc Rivers.
Possessions, McGrady bangs down with the shot.
Still plenty of time.
That nigga was heated. This nigga.
But unfortunately for the Charlotte Hornets, they've got to go to overtime.
They lead by 4. Still plenty of time left in the OT. Each team gets an additional 3 timeouts in the overtime. Fourth on the
Damn.
team fouls. Garrity misfires. On the 14 fouls, when you shoot the penalty, they keep it alive. Armstrong for 3. And P.J. Brown the rebound. Armstrong felt he was fouled. He got knocked down afterwards. Again, coming up next, it's from Utah, the Kings and the Jazz. That series tied at 1. This one as well, Davis. P.J. Brown puts it in again. P.J. Brown.
How many times has he knocked down that shot today? I know 2 or 3 times in the fourth quarter alone.
Point game, not over yet. 1:20 to play in overtime.
T-Mac literally just didn't. He just started passing because he didn't even attempt a shot. And we're watching him. It's not as if like he got double. He just literally stopped shooting.
Just superb today.
He's going to flatten the defense out and take them one.
So by Kobe standards, he quit.
And that's true. And that's true. I mean, by Kobe stands, the nigga quit then.
He's so serious.
Nah, this nigga Baron Davis. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Baron Davis was working this nigga. Oh my god. Oh no! This nigga was working him. Nah, Baron Davis sent that nigga packing home. Oh no! Oh no! No, T-Mac, no! No! Chat, I want y'all to imagine the fucking narrative that would have happened. If a nigga don't attempt a shot in OT, and then the nigga dotted his eye for a bro.
That man Baron Davis. Man, Baron Davis had 33, 14, and 10.
Oh man. Zaydog low. You got what's the low? What do you want, Zaydog? Is this a good clip? Woo! Woo! Watching his highlights. Why can't we just watch? I'm pretty sure.
Did he say 2017? Yeah, did he say 2017?
No, So what? So no, I know stop.
You were gonna lie.
I have not gone back to look at that video, but it was a bunch of like footage we can't use because we were using copyright. We're using copyright, what you call it. All right. So now that we watched a series, we saw a game. We didn't see the whole series. We saw a game, at least a good portion of it. What do you want me to?
2017? Yeah, did he say 2017?
No, I know. So what? So no, I know. Stop.
You were gonna lie. Shut the fuck up, you liar! You liar! You're a liar!
This actually makes me just want to go back and go through that's all that does. That's all that does. What series are we using for Kobe in the Lakers? What series? 02 Finals. 01 Spurs. 0-2 fun. I'm no, obviously I'm not. Okay. Let me make it clear. We're not using 06, 07 onwards. Obviously, we're not doing that. And Mars is being nasty by picking the 04 finals. I'm not doing it either. From my understanding, the arguments was, and I thought it was 02, but I guess it's 03. 03 and before, because that's where Tmac and Shaq would have to play with one another for them to three-peat. So, we just saw how Tmac was being guarded. Y'all are saying 02 Spurs? Okay. We just saw how Tmac was being guarded. Let's see how grossly different it is. And that right there is a game where Tmac took a lot of shots. He scored a lot of points. So it's not as if like that was like an anomaly game. Like that's a game that would probably best depict the type of like score Tmac would be in really any situation. So now y'all are saying 0-2 Spurs. I'm going to pick another game where Kobe puts up a lot of points. To reiterate the premise of this exercise, it's not to get an understanding of who definitively was a better player than the other one. The premise of this exercise is to understand and see if there was any steep discrepancy on how one player was guarded versus the other. That is literally the argument. That's literally, well, unfortunately, Mars, there's not too many Tmac games to even choose from. That's kind of the other problem. There's not too many Tmac games. So I just want to see how a player was being defended. That's it. I just want to see in the game against the Hornets we just watched, and some of y'all are saying that against the Pistons he got defended differently, which he did. Bucks, he was getting double teamed. I haven't watched the Bucks series thoroughly enough to know that, but I have watched this Hornets series. I've watched the better versions and the better games of the Hornets series, and from what I remembered, and my memory serves me pretty well, T-Mac was getting quality looks. T-Mac was getting quality looks. Someone said Spurs game 3 because he did take a lot of shots in that game. So we will get an understanding of the type of looks that he would get. Okay? We would get an understanding of the type of looks that he would get. So Spurs game 3. Lakers versus Spurs.
1968.
3, 2,
4. What were you doing?
Bro, I was watching some games. Shit. That's game 5.
Game 3. This is a goated channel, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
To be uploading all the old games.
All right. Obviously, we're not gonna watch 2 hours of footage like this.
Left-hand dunk. I haven't seen him dunk with his
What is this?
Since the commercial.
Oh, this is like in the middle of the game.
So Shaq.
This is the middle of the game. We're not gonna use that. Wait, what is that?
Pronounce that. Yes, and then we see the flagrant.
Okay, hold on.
Better than 35,000 turning out for Game 3 of this best of 7 between the Los Angeles Lakers and the San Antonio Spurs. Marv Albert, Bizarre, Mike Fratello, Jeff Van Gundy. The lineup was just about set to go.
I can't believe y'all even dare gas up this Spurs team. Like, nigga, look at this. Steve Smith, Smitty, a rookie Tony Parker, Bruce Bowen, who's only doing one thing on offense, and David Robinson a year before he retires, and Tim Duncan. Y'all must be stopped with this whole Tim Duncan shit, bro. Y'all gotta be fucking serious. Oh man.
Look at tonight. Will playoffs are averaging under 20 against
Here we go.
That has really hurt this team in the playoffs.
Kobe
They're
ISOing.
averaging 20 a game
ISO.
in the first quarter. That goes back to the series against
Woo!
Kobe Bryant is able to
ISO. And got the space.
Shaq trying to get position on Robinson.
God. Oh my word.
Shaq hearing it from this crowd as he goes.
That nigga David Robinson was so old, my nigga.
He was very upset that he was 7 for 16 from the floor last game. He said, if there really is anybody that can hold me to 7 for 16 shooting, that finger is really bad.
Oof, my goodness. Derek Fisher.
Down the three. Spurs with a 10-9 lead. San Antonio has won 15 of the last 16 here at the
Good
end.
pass.
Nice pass, and Ori's able to stop
Good
it.
pass.
By Kobe. Both teams have 4. Team fouls, 18-14. San Antonio. Bryant.
No way. The nigga hit a floater over Duncan. Oh my word. What the fuck?
2 for 6.
That's tough.
From the field, he's shooting under 40%
Tough.
for the first 5 playoff games. Final seconds of the
Pull
first.
up.
Parker showing confidence. 12 points for Parker. 5 for 7 from the field. Can Bryant get it off? He does. Goes glass.
This isn't a good whatchamacallit. Hold on, chat. We gotta find a better whatchamacallit. We gotta get it because that was only like 2 or 3 shots from Kobe in that quarter. Hold on, let me see. Let me make sure because if he only took 2, he took way more than 2 to 3.
You better watch the full 2 hours.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. We gonna have to watch 2 hours of footage, dog.
24 lead. In the opening round series against Seattle, played 5 minutes.
Going under screens, nasty.
That was a 2-pointer. He has 6 for the game, and the Spurs now lead by 1.
Now he felt that Shaw was hit going to the basket that time. He may take one early here just to send a message.
Bryant got the step. So Kobe with his 4th bucket, 8 points, 4-12 from the field, and the Lakers are within 2. O'Neal.
This nigga Shaq is massive, bro. Shaq is.
Duncan got him first and picks up his
Shaq is just a massive nigga. Pause.
He'll eventually figure it out. It'll affect him.
Shaquille O'Neal, who obviously was not affected by.
Oh yeah, Kobe is 4 for 12. Yeah, he's 4 for 12.
Here's Shaq.
Shaq.
O'Neal is a very unselfish player. He'll throw the ball out of the post. They're doing a good job.
T-Mac basically went 0 for 6 in the quarter.
Throwing it back in.
ISO, he got single coverage. Single coverage.
Beginning to heat up here in the second quarter. The game
Wasn't your whole thing to show how much different the defense was gonna be?
No, I don't know. Well, let me be clear. I don't know we're just watching games. I don't think that T-Mac was getting doubled as much as people saying. I just want to see. I don't really know. This is genuinely to get a comprehension. That is literally it.
Remaining on the floor. Bryant.
Good pass.
Good play by Kobe, and the Lakers have the lead for the first time.
It's been the 3rd time in a row that Samaki Walker was in the lane open. Each time he keeps clapping his hands.
Samaki Walker.
That time he gave him the ball. He was so disappointed. He hadn't gotten it the other time. He's got great energy and athleticism going through the
Bro, Shaq is on some shit, boy.
Comes up hobbling. After that fadeaway.
They're not even doubling Shaq as much as I thought.
He's 4 for 6. Watch this.
Same ankle.
We're down to 4:20 remaining in the half. Kobe Bryant.
Catch and shoot for Kobe.
Well, he has the touch. Kobe said the other day he was looking for the jumper and he feels it. Well, he has seen it return here in the first half.
Oh my word.
To the pull-up. The foul.
Fuck.
Bryant will head to the line. Strong half for Kobe. He
But again, yeah, single coverage.
Bowen feels that when Kobe got him moving down towards the baseline, that he uses his body free arm, that little elbow coming out to move him off.
That little bump right there. What Shavonte know about that? Yeah, Mars. What Shavonte know about that? goodness. Good up and under from Kobe.
They just lost sight. They thought it was 2 shots coming up.
There's nothing more infuriating for a coach than to give up a free throw rebound, especially late in the half. A total momentum changer.
And that turns out to be a 4-point play for the Lakers. They lead by
Nigga, what is Tony Parker doing?
Parker for 3.
Oh, he made that. Wow. That's some shit right there.
Remaining in the first half. Here comes Bryant. Down to 1. Lindsey Hunter just checked in. So that is 1,000 here at the Alamo Dome first half before a crowd of better than 35,000 here at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. The Lakers with a 53-52 lead at halftime.
That nigga's getting legit triple team. Jeez. Legit triple team. Is Kobe on the floor right now? Yeah, the double.
He can roll to the basket. He caught it deep. Even though he missed the first one, he got the second shot and stuck it back in.
Bryant with the ball fake.
Why did Bruce Bowen stop playing defense?Hy did he do that? Oh, he thought it was a travel?
And stuck it back in.
Bryant with the ball fake. Crowd looking for a traveling.
Oh, the crowd looking for the travel. I was about to say, why did he just stop?
Get back in.
Bryant with the ball fake.
Damn. You're not helping her pack?
You gotta work, man.
Bryant, the Lakers lead 57-54. Kobe has 18. O'Neal banking his way.
I would have thought they would have been doubling more. Why are they not doubling? What the fuck? Man, what in the hell is Popovich doing? Man, no fucking way. Pop is not a serious coach, my nigga. No way he's not a serious coach, bro. TP. Good leg. Oh, no. Damn. Damn, Duncan. You miss a layup like that? Tough. Oh
damn.
God. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
It's a close game.
You see Kobe getting tripped up. He hurts his left wrist.
Damn.
Right
Damn,
there.
who stepped on this nigga wrist?
You see Kobe getting tripped up. He hurts his left wrist right there.
No, niggas is crazy, bro. No way, niggas.
Yeah, that had to be Bruce Bowen.
We didn't
even see who it was, but it had to be Bruce Bowen.
Hey, matter of fact, we can see.
Damn.
Oh, wait, there go the shoes right there. Look at those shoes right there. It's like up white, bottom black. Those are the shoes. Who? There they go right there. There they go right there.
Damn, what happened to Robert?
That is Bruce Bowen. Oh, Bruce Bowen is a nasty nigga. Nah, this nigga Bruce Bowen is crazy.
Did you see how Robert Horry just fell?
Left wrist right there, a little step at the end, and then
Wow.
the wood on Robert Horry's.
Laying the wood.
Yep. Then we see the
Bro,
right there on Malik Rose. Shaq goes down. He does finish the basket. He'll go to the foul line right now. They just don't go the same way they do at the driving range.
He had actually picked it up recently, although it was 5 for 10.
Bro, why? I would have thought they would have been doubling. Yeah, that was Bruce Bowen who stepped on Kobe's wrist. Oh my God, this nigga is demonic, bro. What in the fuck is wrong with this nigga? I'm so surprised they're not doubling. They're not doubling Shaq more. Wow. I'm actually floored. They're not doubling this nigga.
Makes sense rather than go back to the dress.
Exactly, that's the purpose.
Spurs up by
Ooh.
1. Here's Bryant.
Bad shot. Oof.
And Shaq is looking better and better.
That dunk, he threw down so hard, it hurt his finger again. See if that has any impact on his
Hurt his
offense.
finger again? Oh my God.
Like dunking?
He grabs it, goes up strong, reverses, finishes strong, but hurts that finger.
All right, here we go. All right, Kobe getting. Oh no! Is that? Did they just come over and double Kobe? No way!
There's no way.
No way they just came over and double. No way! That's a shade, nigga. He's walking all the way up to. Bro, shut the fuck up. Oh. Nigga, shut up, nigga. That's a double. That's such a bad shot. That's such a bad shot.
Bowen
What the
stayed
fuck?
down on the fake, guessed right, went to go up, got his hand right there, and Kobe still made the shot.
Kick ball. San Antonio maintains possession.
Why are they doubling Kobe more? That's unless we're just missing. We might be missing a lot of possessions, but they're committing to a double over Kobe more than I just saw them committing to doubles to Shaq. Oh my God, fish, he fish.
Because they had about 2 more seconds where they could get a 2-for-1. He launched it just on the money. So now you're talking about a 4-second differential between game clock and shot clock.
Good pass.
They don't seem like
Rick
they're-
Fox with a fade. Oh shit.
They don't seem like they're. If they just were running single covers
Running
all
man.
game,
Yeah, they just running man.
running man against Shaq and Kobe.
It's fucking ridiculous.
A 1-point lead. One of the few spurts that we've seen here tonight. Duncan, we saw that take place
Kobe.
down the stretch the other night in LA.
Oh, Kobe seeing multiple bodies. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Not shot well the last 2 games. Timeout is called by San.
There, with the ability.
Under 5 remaining in the 4th. Lakers have a 1-point lead. Here's
Oh.
the door from Bryant.
They had great eye contact.
Damn.
Contact that time. Fox knew that Kobe was being overplayed on the right.
Here we go, Kobe.
Changed direction.
Here we go, Kobe. Oh my word.
Bryant taking to the rim. And a foul is called.
Shit.
San Antonio is now
Shit.
over the limit.
Your star players
Oh,
make these huge
shit.
plays.
Oh,
They get your
shit.
baskets. They get the ball to the rim. They make decisions with them. Your role players do the great hustle plays like Rick Fox just did at the other end to come up with that ball for the Lakers.
And Kobe Bryant has not spent much time at the foul line. 2 shots the other night. 0 for 1 this evening.
We got to the free throw line one time.
Bowen misses a wide open shot. He comes back, and this happens time and time again. A little bit of frustration. He gets out of position defensively, and then
This
fouls
nigga
Bryant.
Bruce Bowen
Guys have
stepped
to
on this
let one
nigga's
play go and
bro.
move right on to
Yo,
the
Bruce
next
Bowen
play.
has some dumb shit, bro.
Kobe Bryant has pulled it back in the second half. He had 20 shot attempts in the first half. He's had only
Oh, nigga missing free throws. Tough.
Playing the Lakers' decision, they're playing them very loose on those screens.
The defense still single coverage.
Bryant over Bowen. Yes.
Nah, this nigga's tough.
Shot for Kobe Bryant.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, this nigga tough. It's single coverage, but this nigga's tough.
Just greatness right there. Create space, elevate over one of the best defenders in the game in Bruce Bowen.
Put it behind you, move on and forget it, and understand what the more serious thing is.
Oh, Kobe Bryant taking it away from Bruce Bowen.
Good
The feed
pass.
to Robert Horry. Another magnificent play by Bryant, and the Lakers lead by 8. It's their biggest lead of the night. Rebounded by O'Neal with just 1:45 remaining in the 4th. Bryant.
What in the fuck am I looking at? What in the fuck am I looking at?
Lead of the game for either team. And now the Lakers use the
Oh
clock.
shit. All right, here we go. Kobe ice on it again, single coverage.
5 on the 24. Kobe being played by Rose. And
Nah,
as
this
they
nigga's
bring
hooping. What the fuck?
Bryant with a spectacular finish.
Oh my word.
He's done his damage here in the 4th quarter. And tonight's Gatorade player of the game is Kobe Bryant.
Damn, this nigga shot above.
15 of 30.
Damn.
There's no question that he changed his whole tone in the second half. If you're firing away from all angles in that
Yeah,
first
Mars.
half.
He was about to say above 50%. But
I was, yeah. Wait, what did Kobe do in the? Kobe must not. He must have had an amazing second half. Oh, he didn't miss a shot in the 4th. He went 5 for 5. While Shaq shot 0 for 4 from the field in the 4th. Interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting. Now, I want to be clear, chat. This is the game that you all wanted. I didn't pick this game. I didn't pick this game. You all did. I didn't pick this game. I didn't pick this game. I didn't pick the game, Adder. I didn't pick the game. Y'all picked the game. To be fair, Kobe was seeing a lot of single coverage. To be fair. But unlike the other nigga, he actually showed up in the fourth quarter. You know, that's
Tmac had 10 in the fourth quarter.
He had 10? What did he shoot?
Hold on.
He won a perfect 5 for 5.
He was 3 for 5.
It's not 5 for 5. It's just not. I don't know what to tell you. It's not 5 for 5. It's not 5 for 5. It's not 5 for 5. Someone said he needed 31 points to make 31 shots. Yeah, he needed 31 shots to score 31 points. Yeah, he only got to the free throw line 3 times that game. So these are like all twos, middies. He's a tough one. Yeah, also Z is right. Single coverage by Bruce Bowen. Shout out to you, Paradox. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that's worth. But, and again, we can sit here and watch other games. But I just wanted to be known. These are the type of defensive schemes both players are saying in the 2002 playoffs. I want to let you know. Those are the defensive schemes that both of them are seeing in the 2002 playoffs. You all do with whatever you want to do. You do whatever you want to do with that. It seemed as if, like to me, even with one player having Shaq on the roster and the other player having nobodies, both of them were being guarded in single coverage. That's what it seemed like to me. It's very similar coverages. Now a nigga in the YouTube chat is saying Bruce Bowen wasn't all that good of a defender. Oh, man. Y'all niggas get off. Y'all say whatever you all want to say, dog. Y'all get to say whatever y'all want to say. He was just an okay defender. He was a pretty good defender. Y'all, you got it, dog. I don't know what to tell you, bro. You got it. I don't know. At that point in time, how many other wing defenders could you have listed off that would have been a better option to defend Kobe or T-Mac? At that point in time. Like, how many? I said wing, and then you named Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd. Okay. It's the point I'm making is it's a short list. It's a short list. It's not that many. Doug Christie might have been on there. Somebody said Ron Artest. And the Lakers match up with Doug Christie in the next series. Kobe matches up against Doug Christie in the next series. So yeah, I just wanted to be known, dog. Just wanted to be known. That's it. Lo, can you bring up the coverages Brown was seeing in 2007? We got enough time for that? I ain't gonna lie. Bruce Bowen was more dirty. Oh man, y'all are the leaps and bounds y'all are willing to do. Oh my, we're now downplaying Bruce Bowen as a defender just because you all don't want to acknowledge that Kobe was matched up against. Wow. Y'all are crazy. Doug Christie was
a motorcycle.
Doug Christie was an okay defender, but these dudes weren't lockdown defenders. Okay. Even if you want to say they were overrated, they were just good defenders, the question still presents itself. At that point in time in NBA history, what wings defensively in 2002 would you have wanted to defend Kobe and T-Mac? Which wings would you have employed? That's the question. Regardless of how you all may feel about these wings, what wings would you have utilized to, obviously not each other, Mars, Jesus. AK-47, Karolinko in 2002? What? That was rookie Karolinko. Nigga, we gotta be serious, man.
Okay, Tayshaun.
I thought Prince was a rookie too. He wasn't even in the league. Oh my word. Y'all gotta be serious, dog. He wasn't even in the league. Bro, come on, y'all. Come on. A nigga in the YouTube chat saying there weren't any elite level wings at that time. Fuck. Now there just wasn't any good defensive wings now. Fuck, I guess. You got it, dog. You got me. You got me, dog. Shit. Damn.
Wizards MJ.
It can't be KR and everybody else. Stop saying we're talking about 2002. It cannot be Tayshaun because Tayshaun is not in the league. I know some people saying Ron, but then other niggas saying 2002 Ron Artest is laughable. So I don't know. I don't know what y'all want me to say. I don't know what y'all want me to do. Like, bro, we went to
Ruben Patterson.
We went to the end of the three-peat run to see what both of them were being defended like, and one of the better defensive teams at that point in time, if not actually, what were the 2002 Spurs? They're the second best defensive team. So one of the better defensive teams at that time, who had the personnel to do what needed to be done to slow down Kobe and Shaq, at least from a personnel standpoint, probably the best option. I don't know. This dude is clearly a Tmac hater. At the end of the day, Tmac may not be better overall than Kobe, but he was a better scorer and playmaker. Look, brother. At the end of the day, this is the point I want to make sure we're clear. The premise of this stream was not for me to sit here and make an argument who's better, who's not better. I think most of y'all agree that Kobe's better. The premise of this stream was to show out of the two players on two different teams, how were they being defended? Would there be the significant advantage that T-Mac would have if he played on a team with Shaq in terms of the personnel around him in contrast to Kobe? We saw him play against the Spurs in 2002. We just sat there and saw they were single coveraging him. We saw McGrady's only playoff series in 2002. For a game at least, we saw him get single coverage as well. I think we can admit that both of them saw similar coverages. That's the point. That is the point. Who did what with the coverage, and that's the point. Is one player saw single coverage, the other player also saw single coverage. They both saw single coverage. Now, I would argue one nigga being defended by Bruce Bowen is a bit different from being defended by whoever over in Charlotte. I would certainly argue that. But hey, if you all don't want to sit here and say that, that's on you. Baron was locking shit up. Also, what's his name got hurt in that series too? What's his name? For the Hornets. Mashburn didn't play in that series. So one player, both being single coverage, one player is going up against the second best defensive team that has a personnel to try to guard Shaq and Kobe. The other one is going up against a 44-win Charlotte Hornets team without one of their better players in Jamal Mashburn, if not their best player in Jamal Mashburn. Y'all, what you call it? And I want to be clear too, to everybody in the chat, that game that we saw from Tmac, in all honesty, is probably the best game that you could point to him, because I think every other game that if we go through with Tmac in that series, like the fourth quarter numbers are just horrible. Like they're really, really bad. If I'm not mistaken, they're just like they're really, really bad. In a closeout game, T-Mac was good in the closeout game. But in the game we just watched, then he went scoreless in overtime. And then in game 1, T-Mac shot 8 for 21, 2 for 7 in the first quarter, 1 for 4 in the second, 3 for 4 in the fourth, and then 2 for 6 in the fourth quarter. So, was T-Mac now in the top 75? T-Mac was top 75, no? He wasn't? Damn. He should have been. T-Mac should have been top 75. All right. Go help your black queen. Oh yeah. Shout out to everybody who had who was upset at me about that neon tweet. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. Niggas really didn't fuck with me on the neon. Well, no, most people did, but there was quite a few people who were like, I don't know, y'all keep saying a fart comment. I don't know what fart y'all talking about. Oh, you're talking when Denver literally said it was a motorcycle in his back. Okay. In his background. You know what's so funny? Bro, I'm actually so floored how many people are like trying to defend Neon. It's actually blowing me away. I'm actually floored by this. And I don't know if I should be, or I don't know if I'm like the only one. Because to be fair, I didn't watch the entire interview because it was actually too fucking cringe. It was actually a very cringe interview. Like a very, very cringe interview. But like for Neon to come back and then like act as if like he doesn't understand why anybody would ever push him on any of the things that he did is crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, it was a really, really hard watch.
And when Aiden typed the same shit, they're obviously trying to get something out of it and just try to like the motive was just very fucked up in that room. And you know, I was honestly literally an interrogation room. It was an interrogation room. They brought up my past, which rightfully so. Bring up my past, bring up everything. I've done so much fucked up shit. I've been such a weirdo in my past, and I know that, right? I know that. But when they keep repeating the same shit, they're obviously trying to get something out of it and just try to like the motive was just very fucked up in that room. And you know, I was honestly, I'm gonna be honest, bro, and I'm gonna say this, bro, and I'm gonna keep. You can call me a loser, you can say whatever, bro. Yo, Karen with the sub, 10 subs, thank you so much. before Aiden typed in that chat and said that thing, I was about to break. Like, bro, I don't know what, I was an internet troll. I could usually take shit. Yo, my eyes were dead ass tearing up. I don't know how.
Like, nigga, you are a loser, my nigga. like, bro, what are we doing right now? the intent in that room was just so weird. Says the nigga that would hop in streams and call black people the N-word in a heart. Oh,
my eyes were starting to tear up, bro.
Like, you're talking about the intent of somebody? Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on. And I was about to start. Yeah. Do y'all not know what Neon did for, like, probably y'all don't know because, like, I don't think it's a content that y'all would consume. Bro, Neon would, like, go out of his way. Yeah, they're not. Yeah. Neon would go out of his way, he called Kai's mom. Bro, the thing that he said about Kai's mom was crazy.
And someone said the nerve to have a Kareem jersey up in the back with some of the shit that he said.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. The stuff that Neon said about Kai's mom is just like some of the most weirdest stuff in the world.
He faked cancer?
Yeah, so the way that Neon first he blew up in the space was that he was faking his death. Thank you for putting this in the thing. He faked his death, and then he would act like he would have cancer, and then he would like build things up over and over and over again and make it seem like I'm about to die, guys, I'm about to die, and then that was literally be the whole video, and then come to find out, like, obviously he faked it. But he was doing that shit when he was like, I don't know, like 14 or something like that. He took that little bit of like interest that he got from the internet and then made a whole career about it. This is it.
I will fuck your mom! Fuck you, Kai! Fuck me, I don't go outside, bitch! The fuck? I will fuck your mom, bitch! I will fuck the shit out of that fat hairy tumbin, bitch! Fuck you! Suck my dick! I fucking hate you black people! I will whip you!
Yes. And as you all can clearly see, 2023 when he's 19, yes, this is the type of shit that he would say.
That ass, you dumb black.
It has a toy. Hey, monkey! It has a toy.
Excuse me, Kai. Hello.
What?
Back to present day.
What's your type? You like black girls?
No. Well, no, I don't mean like, no, it's just not my type. It's not my type. No,
you know what's crazy? Same, bro. You're literally me. I fucking hate them, bro.
No, I don't.
2024.
Like, yes, you. Hold me. I'm talking about fucking Black Rock. Like, what are you saying, bro?
So these are things that he like literally did like a year or two ago. So when he comes up here and he's crying about like, oh my God, I can't believe people don't like me still. Like, dog, these are things I did so long ago. And I almost cried when in real life I had to deal with repercussions about things I said when I was an adult. And you got fucking morons in here talking about some other shit when he was 15. Like, nigga, he was saying this shit a year or two ago, bro. Let's fucking stop. This is a bad take. No, it's not. Like, nigga, bro. Yeah, Neon is an adult. Yeah, he's like 20, 21 or something like that. Yeah. So, dog, I don't like the fact that so many, like, there's a lot of people who agree with me on this tweet, obviously, but there's like too many people. There's too many people, and also people need to comprehend the difference between. Let me say this as well. Let this be the life lesson for y'all for today. There is a difference between what and why when it comes to like discerning these things, bro. There's we understand that at that age when you're young, you may not understand why you shouldn't do bad things because you may lack empathy or some shit like that. Like we comprehend that. And to that, you get some understanding and grace behind it because when you're young, the degree of empathy you have is nowhere near where it needs to be. And most of the time when you're a teenager and you're a young adult, you're a shit human being by default because you don't understand empathy. But this idea that people are trying to give this man grace because what he said at that time, he was young, bro, when you are 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, when you're a minor and you're 12 to 18, 17 years old, bro, you know right from wrong, bad from good. And we know Neon knew that because he literally was trying to monetize him doing wrong things. That was it. That was it. Like, you don't need to be an adult to know that calling black people the hard R, calling black people the N-word, or referring to black people as monkeys is a bad thing. And we know that he knew that those are bad things because he was using and saying those things to generate an emotional response. And was doing that out of the blue.
And calling Kai's mom Harriet Tubman.
Yeah, Harriet Tubman, like, bro, you know that those are wrong things to do. And so even if you all believe that the degree of punishment should vary because of his age, fair. But sitting here and claiming that he shouldn't take any form of accountability for what he said and did is crazy to me. Don't give a fuck how old you are. Even when you are 16 years old, 15 years old, you take accountability for the things in which you do. If you do something wrong, your parents hold you accountable by punishing you. You still get held accountable for the bad things that you do. That's it. That's it. So I don't, bro. Like, y'all, like, too many people are trying to like defend him for what happened. It was a very cringe interview because they were clearly trying to seek a clip, but this is a nigga who's been seeking clips for like years now. So I personally don't give a fuck. If a clip gets seeked upon him, then it is what it is. Also, I accidentally typoed some of the most ridiculous shit. Bro, I said, did they do it for clicks and views? Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I was getting messages from people like LC who I follow and shit like that, saying like, yo, what? I was like, what do you mean, what? I looked at it again, I was like, oh no. Nigga said clits. Nah, it was too late. I went to sleep and woke back up. It was done, bro. It was done.
How did you even?
I don't know how.
I'm looking at the keyboard. You had to have been. It was what, 4:25 or 5:25 a.m. Or actually, no, that's your time zone. But yeah, 2 a.m. What were you thinking about at that time?
Bro, I was just trying to get the tweet out. I was going back and forth on him. I was just trying to get this out and call it a day. What else? Oh yeah, the D Wade stuff. Oh wait, is this all of it? Hold on.
Oh my, what am I? Yeah, what the fuck's wrong with me? I can't go back to this bullshit. Fuck. Yeah, I'm tripping. Oh god, I'm tripping. Wait, can you go open that door over there?
Why?
Cause I'm your master and I told you to. Oh my, what am I? Yeah, what the fuck's wrong with me? I can't go back to this bullshit.
Like, that was his content. That's his content. Yeah. No, Lamont. No, that's though. I don't use the word clit a lot. I don't know why. I don't know why it auto-corrected towards that. I don't know. What is the Where's the D Wade? Did D Wade say he was like Jordan? Is that what D Wade said?
I mean, shit, 06.
We gotta stop. I think they put it in Notion for me. Let me see if it's.
Hey man, you saw him wearing number 9 with a bald head at the 08 Olympics.
Now, chat. If it's not in here, 2 people are losing their jobs today. Okay, here's that. There's the D Wade. There's that. Okay, they had the LeBron steroid stuff in here. All right. Okay, chat. Okay.
Wait, so people get paid. That's a really good video, by the way. That KD video. And so people get paid just to find you clips.
Yeah, dog.
For sure, man. Good dialogue. Speaking of D Wade, Y'all see what he was talking? He said he was on this MJ stats, so he got hurt.
Yeah, he tired of being disrespected, bro. But you was not MJ, but he was cold.
He wasn't MJ?
No.
I mean, Dwayne Wade, top 3, top 4 shooting guard of all time, depending upon how you look at it.
I'm not trying to take anybody like little thing they said or whatever. I don't even know what you say. Like Gil said it first, but he's talking about like people being like 85 Mike. Nobody, bro. If you go watch Michael Jordan when he was young, bro, when he had hair,
video game.
Nobody in the world looked like that, bro.
Video game.
Yeah, nobody did.
Yeah, bro, that nigga look crazy.
Double
bro.
twin.
That is true, but I want to see the quote itself. Damn, Chad, we might have to fire somebody because the actual quote itself isn't here.
We all get to enjoy.
Timestamp 12:20. Okay, all right, chat.
Get to enjoy the.
All right.
Okay. They live another day.
Okay, all right.
He's the best rebounded two guard ever.
Ever.
Oh,
bro,
shit.
like obviously.
All right, they about to go. Shout out. I want to say this first when we watch this. I do think Wade, especially at his best, is grossly underrated. I think Wade is one of the most underrated players when he's at his best. The unfortunate reality of Wade is that even when he was some of the better years of his, goes up and down due to injuries. That's like literally the only thing that prevents Wade from being in these combos. That's genuinely it. But outside that, Wade at his best is really that guy.
See, like Melo was saying, after that chip, bro, you came back and it was just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm yamming on you motherfuckers like I'm him. It's Wade County, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Fall in line. You know what I'm saying? That was
That's
it.
true, though.
Well, where do you rank yourself? You know what I mean? At your position. You know what I'm saying? I
don't do rankings.
You know what I mean? Not necessarily like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but like, yo, like, yeah, I'm in there. I'm in the class with these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
the question.
Yeah.
You know what we want to hear it.
I mean, of course. I'm top 75 all time.
No, fuck that. We
No.
know that.
We know we
keep going. Keep going. I want you to keep going. Keep going.
Y'all know. Look,
what we do is we give you flowers and we allow you to receive the flowers.
Because
now this right here, yeah, Dan Sig right. Wade is trying to give a very political answer, and these niggas putting the battery in his back. It's tough.
We are very early on.
So we about to give you your flowers on this show. Right?
Yeah, my guy.
I always give you your flowers. We're going to give you flowers live on 7
All
p.m.
day. Come on,
7 p.m. in Vegas.
So wait,
You know
what you want to talk about? What you want to talk about?
Yeah, I want you to answer the man question.
Where do you rank yourself there, brother? You know what I'm saying? Because Melo said in an earlier episode, a lot of people sleep on D Wade, man.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was a cold motherfucker, man. At the 2-guard position, he was in that top 10.
He's the best rebounded two guard ever.
Ever.
Let's
just say that.
Let's pause for a second. Let's pause for a second. Because let's just pause on that one for a second. I don't know if he's the best rebounding 2-guard ever. I think what he is saying amongst the best 2 guards, he is the best rebounding. Because like, if you think that Josh Hart is a 2-guard, then I would damn near argue Josh Hart is a better rebounder than him. But if you want to say specifically amongst the best 2 guards, he is the best rebounder, I guess. I still think Jordan is better, but it is what it is.
I get that
He's
out
the
the way.
best shot blocker at the 2-guard position ever.
True.
That shit
That's a real argument there. That's a real argument.
that they don't talk about.
I would say Melo.
He ain't gonna say it.
Melo broke down my game better than anybody has ever broken down my game right here on 7 p.m. Me and my guys watched it, and I had to run it back because I was like, no one has ever really. They don't understand my game, right? Like you don't know what I did.
Right.
I did so many different things, and I played so many different roles, and so that's one of the reasons why I'm not the greatest shooter of all time. I'm not the greatest this, but I was great at so many different things. And Melo talked about it. Then I learned how to be great at being a role player. Then I learned how to be, and so I learned how to be great at all these things. And no one knows how to really break down my game. So they look over it and they just go to, 1 or 2 things. But I did so many things in the game of basketball. So yeah, I mean, when I had it. I thought I was gonna be before injuries. I'm like, MJ, I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's my mentality.
I know the.
Is that the take? Bro, no way niggas overreacted to that. There's no way. That's it? That's not a... okay. Yo, this is nasty.
Italian. So I like when he talked this shit.
Yeah, I thought I was coming for
shit.
MJ. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be the greatest because I figured it out very early in the league.
Right.
In my second year, I knew I was like, oh. No, matter of fact, at the end of my rookie year in the playoffs versus the Pacers, when Ron Artest, shout out to Ron Artest, shout out to Meta World, he couldn't guard
Queensbridge.
me. And I was like, ooh, he's the best defender in the league.
Yeah, and I'm cooking.
But I was faster than him. He was stronger than me, but I was so quick and I was strong. And so I was like, oh, Ron can't stop me. Everybody in trouble.
Oh, y'all
so that was before the injury started piling up.
That's inevitable. life. So listen, man, we out here in Vegas. You know what I mean? Shout out to Vegas.
That's a very tame... Oh, man, that's such a tame take to make. Like, it's not even a crazy take. Just so y'all know, it's just such a tame take. I don't know, like, what to even react off of that. 04 Pacers. What do you average in this series? 21, 4 and 6 at 22. And he's saying Meta was out there guarding him. This is one of the better. This is 2004. They had to be the second best defense, no? Third best defense. Man, back in these days, the amount of like defenses that were just 1, 2, 3 defenses. What was the league average? 102.9. Bro, we're talking about like -5 or better. That's kind of crazy. Spurs having a 94. Jesus Christ. Nah, Wade was really like that. Wade was, and I somewhat agree with him that early on he had to learn how to play on and off ball sooner than a lot of other players. But he was really, really good on the ball. He was massively quick, like he just said as well. Like no one could really stay in front of him. He was low-key strong as well. But after his rookie season, going in the playoffs and matching up against Ron Artest like that and doing that shit to Ron Artest is actually very impressive. Very, very, very impressive. But the version of Wade that I always speak highly of, obviously, is what he did. Like these 2 years where he only played 50 games, unfortunately, that sucks. But, bro, 09 and 2010 Wade, hell, you can really throw in 11 as well. People just don't give him credit because he played next to LeBron. But this 3-year stretch is it's a very impressive 3-year stretch. And then obviously the playoffs, not that much success after 06 until obviously 2011. But like even in the playoffs, in a 33-game sample size and postseason play, one of these years he's going up against the Boston Celtics, 27, 5, and 6. Great shooting splits for a guard who really couldn't shoot like that, like a long ball, like a 3-ball. Matched up against the 2010 Celtics, and 33, 5, and 7, 56, 40, 67 shooting splits. Could have been better at free throw line, but yeah, like dog, he was like Wade was really one of them. And if you ever get the like ability to really sit down and watch Wade, bro, Wade is like one of the very few times where you can like visibly see within like a possession or two that he is legitimately faster than everybody else, and it's not even really close. Like he is genuinely just faster than everybody else. All right. And apparently this is the last video.
This is a very good video.
This was?
Yeah.
Undeniably one of the greatest scorers in NBA history, but he has had one of the most interesting careers for a star of his caliber. After not being able to get it done in OKC, he went to Golden State where he won 2 Finals MVPs. But since then, he has only won 2 playoff series as he hopped from team to team to try and win without being in Steph's shadow. As I've thought more about how Durant's game really fits into a championship team, there only seems to be one real conclusion I've been able to get to. Kevin Durant is the greatest second option in NBA history.
Fuck.
No, that's kind of crazy, but the actual like breakdown of his like plays and shit is really good.
Fuck, bro.
Over his entire career, a ton of athletes have discussed how hard it is to defend KD. Marcus Smart said you had to just pray when guarding him. Kobe Bryant said KD was the one guy he never really figured out, and that has shown throughout KD's career as he has averaged 27 points on 50% shooting, pretty insane efficiency for someone that primarily shoots jump shots. And on the court, it shows as he has had one of the most versatile scoring skill sets ever. He is known as one of the best mid-range scorers, and he did a ton of damage from the wing. With his back to the basket, he can take his time and then transfer quickly into that shot. As long as he had the space, he only needed a few dribbles to get to his sweet spot. He's comfortable going to either hand and then stopping on a dime before pulling up as well. And the key thing here is that he's 7 feet tall with a high arcing shot, so most defenders can't get a real contest on these shots. This allowed him to be a great 3-point shooter as well, as he shot 39% from behind the arc, making him an all-around elite scorer. What I did find the most interesting though was how often he played off the ball, especially in OKC. A lot of off-ball screens were set to help free him up so that defenses couldn't load up to him in time. With someone like Westbrook, who was a good passer, he helped set Durant up in a lot of different ways. With defenders trying to front KD, he could make those entry passes over the top, which got him really easy paint touches. And Durant was a pretty good cutter himself, as he could find open space at the basket. His off-ball game ended up being a really important aspect of his game. Yes, Westbrook did dribble a lot of times, but he was the primary playmaker and helped Durant focus on just catching the ball and scoring. Because of this, Kevin Durant has been one of the most dominant players in the 2010s. So, how does it make sense for him to be a second option? A primary option isn't defined by the best box score stuffer on the team. Instead, one of the hallmarks of a primary option is the ability to still break down the defense when multiple defenders are thrown at them. As teams load up and try to disrupt the star, it's on that player to make the right reads and create opportunities for others.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Someone's cooking so far. Someone is cooking. But let's see how he finishes off. Let's see.
Luka Doncic does this brilliantly by picking apart double teams in the pick and roll. Nikola Jokic does the same from the post, effortlessly finding open teammates. This forces the defense into constant dilemmas and what separates true primary options from just pure scorers. The thing that many who call Durant unstoppable didn't mention is that basketball is a team game. While Durant is impossible to guard one-on-one, putting multiple defenders around him changes that equation. In a lot of her previous clips, a lot of those off-the-dribble shots were created from being in single coverage. That's because there's just too much space for him to get in rhythm and find his sweet spots. But forcing Durant to really read the defense has helped slow down some of his scoring prowess. This really started in 2016 when the Warriors would load up with multiple defenders to close up his airspace. Part of the reason they could do this is because the Thunder didn't have enough shooters. So Durant, who has the mentality to score, didn't feel confident passing it to his teammates and settled for tougher shots instead. But the scoring mentality...
It wasn't this to be fair, this didn't start in 2016. This started that year Russ got hurt and they matched up against the Grizzlies. That's when it really started. It's a sidebar.
Also led to a bit of tunnel vision. Here he does a great job beating Iguodala and Green's ready to help. As he goes up, Adams is open underneath the basket, Serge Ibaka is also open in the corner, but instead
Okay, we gotta Serge. Okay, Serge is open for a reason though. All right, this is shit I be talking about. All right. Let me see if he cooking. Let's see.
Durant tries to go at one of the best defenders ever. On this one, he's coming off a curl, and he predetermines his shot over two Warriors defenders. If we go back, this needs to be thrown to Ibaka on the roll, especially with no Warriors big men near the paint.
But Ibaka didn't roll though.
Overall, by
Did Ibaka roll?
two Warriors defenders,
No, he didn't. He popped.
he's coming off a curl, and he predetermines his shot over
Yeah, Ibaka popped to the 3-point line.
two Warriors defenders. No Warriors big men near the paint. Overall, by having multiple defenders around him, this pushed him out a bit further and forced him to take these tough contested shots. Knowing that the defense was going to load up, Durant would go a bit quicker than he normally would like and put himself in bad positions to score. In that 2016 series, he settled a lot instead of trying to move the defense because he just didn't have the spacing that he ideally would want. As a result, in one of the all-time moves, Durant mustered up the courage to join the Golden State Warriors to play with more shooters and skilled players. That worked out immediately as he won back-to-back titles with 2 Finals MVPs. And in the 2017 Finals specifically, he scored 30 points in every game and averaged 35 points for the series. Because of this, a lot of people were under the impression that Durant had made a significant leap in his game. In reality though, it was the roster around him, specifically having Stephen Curry, that made his life a lot easier.
KD's hard to stop, and he's going to score his points. I just think, the most dangerous guy over the last 3 finals, and we've talked about, is that Steph Curry. He's.
I ain't gonna lie. This clip, chat. This clip might as well be played at Steph's. Hey, when Steph gets inducted into the Hall of Fame, just play this clip, my nigga. This is the clip you need to play.
When he's making shots, when he's scoring the basketball, when he's passing the basketball, they're an unbelievable team. So I think, that's the hit of the snake.
In the finals, the Cavs had clearly made the effort to sell to Steph Curry at all costs. This was most apparent in Game 1 when the Cavs let Durant get multiple fast break dunks because they didn't want Curry to shoot threes.
Bro, this shit is nasty when you watch and just watching this again is fucking crazy. It's just it's crazy. It's insane to watch that shit.
The half court, Curry often handled the basketball because the Cavs were going to double him. So with all that attention, Durant was often the beneficiary, driving into this wide open space for 2. Remember, in OKC, Durant would face these defensive shells where multiple guys zoned up on him. But in Golden...
This is also okay, I know I'm keep pausing, but I just want to say this. Bro, this is a big reason why I just cannot take a lot of these conversations serious about just blatantly comparing era from era, especially 2000s players, bro. We gotta be serious. Y'all sit here, and I'm not, if it don't apply, then let it fly. But y'all will sit here and complain when there is one non-floor spacer on the floor. Y'all will lose y'all mind oh my God, he can't shoot threes, take him off. There'll be one nigga. There'll be one. And there will be multiple of these same niggas on the floor for everybody else in the 2000s. But then y'all sit here and say how much better niggas are. I just want to say, with floor spacing and better understanding of how offenses should be structured, because even if you're not a shooter, they tend to put the ball in your hand in very efficient and advantageous situations, way more now than they used to back in the day. Back in the day, the ball get put in your hand based off of your position rather than your actual skill set. And I think that tends to be the difference from era to era.
And would face these defensive shells where multiple guys zoned up on him. But in Golden State, the defense lightened up. With Curry around, he has all that space on the wing and scores. The other way Curry set up Durant was through the pick and roll. Again, with multiple dudes always going to Steph, that left Durant with a much easier matchup in isolation, and there's just no chance someone like Kevin Love can even defend that. Essentially, with more resources dedicated to Steph, Durant was able to find the shots that he really likes without resistance, which really helped with his efficiency. When Curry was not on the floor, the offense didn't look nearly as potent. Yes, they had Klay Thompson, but the offense looked more traditional with the ball at the top of the key and trying to drive the lane and kick out for threes. The off-ball movement that was Golden State's calling card wasn't really there because they had Durant trying to be the primary playmaker. This difference in offensive flow can be reflected by Durant and Curry's impact in the offense. Through their 3 years together, when Durant was on the floor and Curry was not, Golden State only outscored teams by 2.54 points per 100 possessions. But when Curry was on the floor and Durant was not, Golden State still outscored teams by a whopping 15 points during.
Okay. Let's pause for a second. Okay. I'm trying to take this in as much as I possibly can, and I'm trying to be as fair as possible to KD. So let me just walk down this. This is net rating, not offensive rating. Okay? Net rating can obviously be influenced with defense, and Steph is playing a lot of minutes with Draymond. So, if you wanted to get the actual answer, you wouldn't use net rating. You would use offensive rating. That's what you would use. So, let's be clear with that. However, this is still a pretty wide margin. I cannot believe that Draymond's defense alone makes up for like the 11 point difference basically, or the 13-point difference basically between these two numbers. I can't imagine that Draymond is that great. I can't believe Draymond is that great. So I'm pretty sure. I am pretty sure Steph is doing a lot of heavy lifting in this. I'm pretty sure.
You're 100 possessions. This isn't necessarily the end-all be-all, but it helps us understand why teams believe Curry was still the head of the snake. Even though Durant had the better numbers, it was Curry's ability to handle all the defensive pressure that allowed Durant to succeed in his role. Yes, KD still had a big role on this team, but he didn't have to do the dirty work that most stars have to do to make their teams better. And as his career continued, we started to see some of those cracks. When he left Golden State, most teams thought that getting him was an automatic path to a championship. But since he's left, he's only won 2 playoff series in his career, despite having multiple stars alongside him and much more shooting than he had at any time in OKC.
Okay. This is also very. I'm being as honest as I can. This is also being very disingenuous, and this is another reason why I hated this idea when people were trying to fight against me about the difference between Kevin Durant and like how his inability to go downhill drastically changed after that Achilles injury, and I genuinely hate it when people were trying to argue against that because it was this gross misrepresentation of who Kevin Durant once was in contrast to who he eventually became in Brooklyn and onwards. I hated that. Durant was just not the same defender. Yeah, people were arguing he got better. No. Defensively and athletically, like his ability, and especially if you're arguing the ability to shift defenses and create open opportunities for your teammates, that is going to be substantially harder to do if you're not the same athlete that you were before. And if you just go back and rewatch like 2012, 13, 14 KD, even to 2016, because I think 16 is like a very underrated defensive year for KD. If you watch those years of Durant, there's just no way that you can watch the athleticism of Kevin Durant and think that that did not play a major role in why he wasn't the playmaker that he needed to be onwards. The problem, however, for Kevin Durant is that and this is not even really a problem. This is just like the lifespan of like NBA players. A lot of your better qualities tend not to overlap with one another. So when they do, obviously you make the most out of them, which I think Kevin Durant did within his time in Golden State. But I think that it is unfair to question KD's ability to play make when the only real time you can really see if he had the ability to do so was during a time in which he didn't have the proper floor spacing. However, I do believe that even if he had better floor spacing in OKC, I still think there's a cap and a limitation to the passer and playmaker he would have been, just because I think at that stage of his career, he was still young. Like, he was still young trying to figure things out. Most of the time when you're at that stage, especially for what is more a traditional wing, more coming off of pin downs, elevators, floppies, like those type of like off-ball actions, a lot of those wings normally don't really develop a high level of like passing and playmaking anyway, because normally they just utilize like play finishers for the most part. But yeah, so to be fair to Kevin Durant. However, that's kind of it's why it's so hard to kind of gauge KD's career.
That's because KD had to become the primary playmaker. Kevin Durant automatically makes teams better because he's so great on an individual level, but that doesn't really translate with his teammates. The biggest thorn in Durant's offensive game is his ability to find his teammates. Against double teams, he struggled to secure the ball and then find the open guy. Because he's loose with the ball, a lot of defenders are waiting to strip the ball as he's trying to corral it. So even if his teammates are open, he's not prepared for the double to be able to find them. One specific aspect of his passing that Durant never figured out was using his eyes to move the defense, and this allows help defenders to read his passes. For example, Durant runs pick and roll, and Tatum...
I ain't gonna lie, these are pretty nasty clips. Hey, even with all that bail I'm giving KD, these are some nasty clips. I can't hold you. These are just nasty clips. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This is nasty.
Is so high up to close off Durant's driving lane. That then puts a ton of pressure on Horford to react to either of these nets. But because Durant's staring at Claxton, Horford can rotate, and even if the ball moves around, everyone rotates perfectly, which loses that advantage. Funny enough, just a minute later, Horford's the passer and Durant's the help defender. But because Horford fakes that pass to move KD, now the corner three is open and Williams just misses. As Durant has gotten older, defenses have become smarter and faster, so it requires the smallest of details, like using your eyes to move the defense, to really open up the passing lanes that you truly want. And Durant has never really figured that out. Defenses have then continued to pressure him, and he hasn't been able to maximize the offense with that extra attention. The reality is that Durant never found that co-star that could relieve him of some of those playmaking duties. Harden was probably the closest guy that really embraced being the point guard in Brooklyn, but that experiment only lasted 16 games together. Kyrie Irving has a similar mentality as Durant in terms of scoring first before trying to find his teammates. And then in Phoenix, they wanted Devin Booker to be that primary playmaker, but he also has similar issues as KD. While he doesn't turn the ball over as much as him, he also doesn't do enough to punish those double teams. Most notably against Denver, Booker couldn't make the skip pass to the corner, which allowed Denver's defense to rotate just one pass away. And as the years went on, the offense continued to make the same mistakes, and as a result, the Suns had to blow it up and are now in the midst of a rebuild. Which then leads to my most important point. Kevin Durant's value didn't come from elevating the floor of a team, but more so elevating the ceiling of a great team already. As long as there was a playmaker on the floor, Durant could maximize his value by focusing on finding the right matchups so that he could score more effortlessly. And there's nothing wrong with being known as that. At the end of the day, Durant will deservedly go down as one of the all-time greats, and specifically one of the best scorers of all time. Even if I don't think his game is suited as a primary option, that should not take away from his overall greatness. Yes, legacy matters to a lot of athletes, and Durant's will always be complicated, but when you're already in all...
Okay, this is my synopsis. In essence, I understand, and I effectively agree with the value of being a playmaker. I think that I think that what he is saying is effectively true. Like the value of a playmaker is important when it comes to you being the first option, because I do believe as the hub or the best player of an offensive player, the best offensive weapon on the team not only needs to be able to generate quality looks for themselves, but also everyone else as well. And we've seen several times in Kevin Durant's career where they will allow him to kind of go one-on-one. We literally saw that with KD when he was matching up against the Timberwolves. They allowed Gobert or Cat to just defend KD and kind of cut off a lot of other things. And if KD wanted to go one-on-one, that's fine, because at the end of the day, he's not going to be able to generate enough points to beat someone. Similar things with the Milwaukee Bucks as well, but I think Milwaukee's a very unique circumstance when he matched up against them, because KD had no real other choice but to go one-on-one because everybody else was hurt. However, two things. A, I don't think Kevin Durant should be punished for his flaws to the degree in which you are claiming that he is the best second option of all time, because it implies that not only does he not do it, but he doesn't do it enough to shift the defense, which in my opinion is just inherently not true. It's just not. And I do think the other aspect in why, as great as those years were with Kevin Durant with the Warriors, part of the reason why I'm not the biggest fan of it is because I think that it fundamentally took away an aspect of Curry and Durant's careers as players, and that is you having to figure things out and grow because of it. And by default, you will become a better player. So both of them went into those stretch of years with real problems that they had to solve as individuals. Curry needed to be a better on-ball creator, and Durant needed to be a better passer and playmaker. However, because they played with one another, those are skills that they didn't really have to develop at that stage of their career. In any normal circumstances, they would have to. It would be designed out of necessity. Like you would literally have to have that type of growth if you wanted to continue to build to your legacy and just continue to develop as time progressed. And that is, again, an aspect of every player's career. Matter of fact, that's just an aspect of life. So, like, you reach a certain barrier that you're not able to overcome due to your limitations, and then from the failures of those limitations comes growth. That is how that normally goes. Curry had the privilege to continue to build beyond that because Curry did not suffer a career-altering injury. So we got to see Curry indeed had the capability of consistently growing as a player, and then we got to see the 2022 run where he is effectively really not only the only really passer and playmaker on the team, but also the only real shot creator as well. And we got to see the true ascension of who Curry was as a ball handler, passer, playmaker, and shot creator on his own. And I'm going to be honest with you all, I think a lot of people should look at the quickness of Curry back in 2015 and 2016, and maybe in 2017 as well. Because I do think that if Curry had the shot creation that we saw out of him in 2022 back in 2016 or 2017, we would have really gotten the best version of Curry, in my opinion. We would have gotten the best version of Curry, and I don't even think it would have been close. But we got stripped of that because that's not a necessity for Curry anymore because he has KD. And I would argue we also lost the best version of Kevin Durant as well, or at least the hypothetical, because the best version of Kevin Durant would have had no other choice but to be for him to become a better passer and playmaker while still being the athlete that he was before he tore his Achilles. So these are all aspects of their games that would have occurred. That's the reason why LeBron in Miami, that's the best version of him, because he figured out and developed his scoring ability as a post player, as a scorer, as a shooter, three-point shooter, et cetera, et cetera. But that came out of necessity, right? That's the reason why Jokic over the last 2 to 3 years has been so much better than what he was in previous years, because he went through those years without Jamal Murray and without MPJ and was forced to have a degree of aggressiveness from a scoring standpoint that even still wavers from time to time. But I think that it was necessary for him to go through those years so he understood when to pick the points and times in which to be aggressive. Those are all things that are necessary in your careers. Same thing with Shaq. I think it was perfect that Shaq failed as many times as he did, because then he gained the patience and became a better passer out of the post by the time we got to the three-peat. Same thing with Hakeem. Same thing with even Jordan. I think Jordan, a lot of those times, if you look on early in his career, he's just not the passer that he needs to be. And he's also not the shooter that he needs to be. Karl Malone is another example where Malone became a better passer. He had a better feel for it. And I agree with what I agree with what Daniel is saying. Having the ability, Giannis, the list goes on and on. In essence, I understand what he's saying, because I do think passing and playmaking is a very underrated aspect of offense. And I think too many people write it off as just like you're farming assists, and it is what it is. But I think KD was much closer to the player that we would have saw out of him, and writing him off, believing that he wasn't where he needed to be, and saying that he's just the greatest second option, I think it's a tad bit too much. I understand what he's trying to say, but I think that's a tad bit too much. So yeah, I think it's a bit much. But as time continues to progress, I understand and comprehend what the point is trying to be made there. I just think that the greatest second option is crazy. But I agree that people underestimate the value that Curry had as a playmaker, as the one. And to be fair, I think our comprehension of playmaking has changed because of Curry, so much so that we appreciate playmaking more now than we did 5-7 years ago, because again, playmaking is just immediately attached and synonymous with assist numbers. And if you don't get a lot of assists, then people don't think that you're playmaking. But I think we have a better understanding of it now than we did back then. But I think that trying to tax Kevin Durant with the inability to play make and pass, he's older. He doesn't, like, his Achilles isn't the same, dog. Like there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things. On that note, I think we touched upon everything. We talked about the LeBron situation. It's a solid video. It's a bold video. It's a very, very bold video. I wouldn't go that far. The premise of it is solid. The player that he picked, like, I think Carmelo Anthony would be a better example of that, not KD. Like, Melo would be a better example. DeRozan would be a better example. Example of a really great scorer, but not having the ability to, like, really play, make, and pass. Adrian Dantley would be a better example. Karl Malone would have been a better example.
I mean,
MPJ is the extreme.
With the
D-Wade is not an example. D-Wade is he's on the opposite side of the spectrum.
With all due respect, ain't nobody clicking on a video about Adrian Dantley.
Yeah, Zadok, I hear what you're saying. I think Melo is a much better example. And also, I think there needs to be a separation between playmaking and passing. To show that KD is getting doubled and generating open looks, that he is actively playmaking. Now, does he have the ability to pass, to capitalize on said playmaking? I think those are two separate conversations. But this is also why I say that, like, LeBron kind of, I don't want to say ruined it, but when you get to the point where you're like, we're blurring lines of positions, it does get to the point where, like, we're expecting a 7-footer to, like, be able to make skip passes. Like, nigga, be like that's what I'm saying. Like, come on, bro. Like, we got to be serious. Like, we got to, like, there's still going to be some limitations of it. Yeah, Jokic can do it, but that's what separates Jokic. To believe that, and honestly, that's probably that's the benefit of like the triangle. I know you're trolling, but that's the benefit of like the triangle offense. The triangle offense puts the primary scorer, the epicenter of the triangle, in positions to make easy reads, and also the reads that are being made are not complicated enough for them to find them either. That is actually the brilliance around the triangle offense. It puts the player who is a primary scorer in situations to where they can actually make the proper reads. You know what's an even better example? You know what the perfect example is actually? The perfect example behind this, because people will sit here and say, no, not Jan. Oh no. The perfect example of this is actually Dirk. Dirk is actually the best example of this. Because Dirk actually has all of the justification in the world to make tough shots similar to KD. But Dirk, even at his like athletic peak, still didn't move fast enough like KD to shift the defense. So Dirk, the passing and playmaking that he's arguing,
you can argue it's more necessary.
Yeah, Dirk actually makes more sense, and that's part of the reason why Dirk's game had to transform into the slower iteration that most of y'all are familiar with him with, is because of his inabilities to make certain reads. When Rick Carlisle got there, he was a very clear, I'm going to put you in certain spots on the floor type of a player. If you watch him back when Nelly was coaching him, but then when Rick Carlisle was coaching him, Dirk is like the definition of a play finisher and a shot creator, but not really much. Don Nelson, that's when I say Nelly, but not really much like passing and playmaking coming out of it. And in my opinion, I think Dirk is probably the best example of that, because Dirk is also, I think Dirk is also the best example of that, because I think a lot of people tend to overlook that aspect of Dirk's game, and why, even if you have someone as uber efficient as Dirk, why even there's still a ceiling to how great of an offensive player he can be. How someone who might be slightly less efficient than Dirk, or just flat out less efficient than Dirk, can still be a better offensive player because of their ability to pass and play make alongside being an elite scorer. So, yeah. Yeah, that for a great example is Harden. Why I would still say Harden is a better offensive player than Dirk, even though Dirk, especially relatively speaking, is just more efficient scorer. The passing and playmaking that is being provided from Harden, even at a lesser efficient rate from a scoring standpoint, the passing and playmaking for Harden is what makes him a better So yeah. On that note, calling the stream, dog. Do you watch basketball of Dirk? I think you say if you think Dirk higher than 25, where is Jokic and Giannis on your list? Jokic and Giannis are both top 20 for me. Yeah. Yeah, the triangle does make sure role players know where they need to be, but it makes it easier. Oh, I gotta send Mars. Oh, yeah. Give me a quick take for socials. Oh man. Oh man. Bezos is a nasty nigga. I have to give Mars my top. What you call it? Here you go, Bezos. Here's your take. And this is like something relevant too. There is not enough conversation being had about what's going on with the Warriors. I think everyone is like super and hyper focused about what's going on with the Lakers, and I understand it. But like, there's just no way that I can sit here and I can watch a team build out a 7-man rotation that is already equaling out to be over $150 million. Actually, $170 million between Curry, Draymond, Jimmy, Moses Moody, Buddy Hield, B Pods, TJD, Quentin Post. They already have spent $170 million. And the only reason why they're hanging on to Kuminga right now is because they know that Kuminga is the last bit of assets that they are not only willing to trade, but in all honesty, have to trade. But then they just sat there and tanked his value for all of last season, knowing that he was on an expiring contract. They knew that. And so everyone sits here, and I said this over and over and over again. I said it last year, and I'm going to say it again this year. Bro, the Warriors had so many opportunities to make the most out of this situation, way more than other organizations. People will shit on the Lakers all the time about missed opportunities. No, we actively know of the trade offers that were on the table for other players that could have been available for them, and they still decided not to pull the trigger. Just for them to then panic and get Jimmy Butler on their roster, who's making north of $54 million next year and 56, almost 57 the year after that. And they're trying to figure out how can we build out the rest of the roster.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue is that because we did that, people were like, oh, see, now we have a team where, or, you know, they're like, oh, we finally did something. But then when you look back, it's like, yeah, we're paying Jimmy Butler $55 million when we could have had Pascal Siakam, we could have had OG Anunoby. Like,
yeah, they could have had Pascal, OG,
Larry
Markkinen, all at significantly cheaper price points as well. $54 million is such a Zach LaVine is another one. $54 million is such a crazy price point that if you're going to spend $54 million on one player, you could have had two of these names that we just listed off. You could have had two of them. Bro, $54 million is a crazy fucking price point. So, at the end of the day, I find it hilarious. Oh, my God. Well, the Lakers are doing X, Y, Z. What are they doing over there? Bro, the Warriors have literally pissed their legs. The Lakers can at bare minimum say we got Luka Doncic. The Warriors have pissed their legs over the last 4 years.
I got what's it called? I got DeAndre Ayton, Marcus Smart.
Okay.
You can at least say I mean, no, I'm saying like you can at least say that you did something.
Yeah.
We haven't done anything. And it's about to be a month into free agency. Bro. Chad, look at this.
I don't want to read out my small forward list. Mars,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Mars, I'm
9.
still on for the power forward, right? I'm not coming on for small forward. I'm coming for power forward, right? All right, cool.
We signed Curry and Draymond. Oh shit. Yeah.
Bro, now niggas is having who's more athletic conversations, Prime Russ or Anthony Edwards. I ain't gonna lie, we're kind of getting too disrespectful with Russ now. Pippen better be no higher than 10th. No, he might be 11th. I mean, he might be 9th. All right, chat.
This is crazy.
Look at this nigga Trey, bro. Trey getting his shit off, chat. Y'all see Trey? Y'all see Trey, man? Hold on.
They declined to trade up for Anthony Edwards.
This is Trey's dream, dog.
Some people in our front office actually wanted Tyrese Halliburton. He worked out with us pre-draft.
Oh man.
Yeah. We ended up picking Kuminga. Or actually, no, that's the year before. Actually, or year after.
Damn, we on like 3 different podcasts.
So we could have traded down for Tyrese.
Oh man, no.
Literally anything other than picking James Wiseman would have been better.
Look how skinny the artist made me. Shout out to them. All right,